The University of Miami, one of the most storied programs in the history of college football, with some of the greatest legends of all time strapping it up for the U. And during the 1980s and 90s, they were at the top of the football world, winning 4 national titles over the 2 decades. Then in 2001, they had arguably the best team in the U's history and possibly the most talented the college football world has ever seen. And their 2001 squad went 12-0 on their way to winning a national championship. But after the 2001 season, the Canes have completely fallen off. And since the 03 season, they have had 1 year with 10 plus wins and have been nowhere near a national championship. So my mission is I'm going to start with the 2001 Miami Hurricanes roster, and I have to catapult the Canes back to national prominence and create the greatest dynasty of all time. Right now, the gold standard is Nick Saban's run at Alabama, where he has won 6 national championships in 16 years. So I have 16 seasons to try to get at least 6, but I'm going to try to get 7 rings over this stretch. But here's the twist. I'll be creating the top 24 recruits from real life recruiting classes, starting with the 2002 recruiting season. And my aim to sign these superstar players and create a new dynasty at the U. So join me as we journey through each season. Watch me try to sign the nation's top high school recruits, dive into the significant matchups such as the ACC championship game and any national championship games we make. In all, I've created over 320 real life recruits across 14 real recruiting classes, and we'll be simulating each season from 2001 to the conclusion of the 2016 season. If you have any suggestions for other historic teams I should take on in a future challenge like this, drop a comment down below. I'm considering squads like the Bush-led Trojans or the Tebow Gators. This will be part 2 of this series. Part 1 will be linked down in the description. We broke down 5 seasons from 2001 to 2005. Then in this episode, we will be going from 2006 to 2010. Then there will be part 3, the final episode, where we will wrap it all up coming soon. All right, so here we go, guys. This is part 2 of my Miami Hurricanes rebuild. We started in 2001. This season is going to be 2006. Crazy. So the first part in the series, we played 5 seasons. I won 1 national championship, kind of split another one. We've had 2 number 1 recruiting classes, and we've had 2 number 2s and 1 number 23 class. That was our second year. Overall, our record, we've lost 4 games in 5 years. So we are playing very, very good. Now, we're going to quickly just go over the roster for those who want to, update. Now, we lost a ton of talent last year. Last year, we had 99s all the way down our front page. That was our best team on paper by far. This is a little bit of a rebuilding year, but we still have Jamarcus Russell, who might be the best player in the sim right now. He is incredible. Look at his past 2 seasons. He was so good. We're going to rely on him and really try to win through the air with him. We have some good young quarterbacks in the wings after he leaves this year as well. We have Ray Rice at running back, who should be really good for us as a freshman. We have Mike Reed, Dennis King, 2 senior receivers. Then we have some young guys that are really going to start coming into their own. We have Darius Hayward-Bay, redshirt freshman, 90 overall already. We have this Darius Montgomery with 99 speed, 98 excel, sophomore. Vince Bryant, sophomore. Percy Harvin as a true freshman. TJ Stone and Ryan Smith. So we have a really good group of receivers. We lost a ton of tight end talent last year. So we got this Ed Jones and then this Charlie Diggs in behind him. O-line, I really need to sign O-lineman. I'm going to have like 4 O-linemen returning next year. Oh, so I need to go all in on O-line this year. Our O-line will be good this year, but man, defensive end, we have David Brown, Chris Long behind him. So we have, and then we have Brian Brown on this side. So we have 3 really good DNs. D tackle, 2 seniors, really good, and then some young guys coming in behind them. Linebacker, we're okay. Patterson, Brian Cushing starting as a freshman, and then Brad Anderson as a sophomore. We have Antonio Cromartie, going to be the best corner in the country this year. Then we do have some young guys coming in behind him. Safeties, we have a junior Michael White, who's going to be good for us. Some Stewart, who's only a freshman this year, and we have Kenny Phillips, who started last year as a freshman, with Dan Rodriguez behind him and some more young guys. So that is what we're looking like right now, guys. Not as good as last year, but we still have a shot. There is no reason we can't, put the screws to some people and go for another national championship. Now, like I said, this is going to be the 2007 recruiting class. This is a very good one. There is some absolute studs in this recruiting class, but no matter what, I need offensive linemen. I need to get 3 to 4 legit O-linemen. I almost got Trent Williams in the last recruiting cycle and I just missed out on him. So that was unfortunate. Okay. There is 4 quarterbacks in this class: Tyrod Taylor, Russell Wilson, Cam Newton, and Kellen Moore. And we are first on Cam Newton's board. We are going to go all in on Cam Newton. We did get Jake Locker last year, who's another really good option, but I would love Cam Newton. He'd be the perfect fit. He's the only QB we're going to go after, because if not, we can ride Jake Locker. We have no created running backs, and we do have Ray Rice. So running back isn't a huge need, but like we would like to bring maybe just one guy in. I'll go after this 3-star here. We can always add to that later. Maybe even this Hawkins. We're low key. Yeah, whatever. Wide receivers. We only have 2, but they are both pretty good, like very good, with Des Bryant, and we're first on his board. So we're going to go after him. Golden Tate is the other one. We are not on his board. So 2 good receivers, and we're obviously going to go all in on Des. This Chris Graham looks pretty good as well. Well, maybe this Oliver, he's 320. Yeah, we'll go after those 4. So that's where we're at with wide receivers. Okay, now getting into offensive linemen. Oh no, we have tight ends, sorry. And we have 2 really good ones. We have Rob Gronkowski and Aaron Hernandez. Oh, I would have liked to be on Hernandez list. Maybe go after him, and we're not on Gronk's, but maybe we'll just go after him and see. And then this 4-star, we're second on his list. Would like to bring in another tight end, so we'll go after all those guys there. Okay, now getting into offensive line, and like I said, we got to nail some. We only have 1 created tackle. It's Brian Beluga. We are not on his list. Man, we are just not on these offensive linemen's list high. But we got to get some. I might even go after Beluga just to see. Okay, going to guards. We have 1 created guard. It is Mike Pouncey, he's from Florida. He went to the University of Florida in real life. We're going to go after him. Here's a 4-star guard. We're first. We can always switch guards to tackle and stuff too. So I don't even really care about positions. We just got to get some of these guys in. So we got one of the Pounceys, we're 6th. The other Pouncey, we're 5th. Marquise Stefan Wisniewski is the other one. Yeah, so those are the 2. We're not on Wisniewski. He's from up north. I didn't really think we would. We got this Keith Mack, who are first. These 2 guys. So yeah, that's where we're going to start with O-line there. Like I said, we got to get at least 3, probably 4 of those guys. Okay, going to defensive ends, we have some absolute studs here. We got JJ Watt, Everson Griffin, Von Miller. We're 6 on his list. I'm going to go after him though. Justin Houston, Carlos Dunlap, who are 2nd, and I think that is all. So really good defensive end crew right here. We also got this Phillips, who were pretty high on his list. So yeah, I think we'll call it there. Going to D-tackle, we have 2. We got Cameron Hayward and Miles Austin. We're actually not on either, but we might be on Miles. They're both from the South. I don't think we really have room to add them. We'll add this PJ Carter though, because we are first on his board. Yeah, probably just PJ Carter. Just go after the 1 big D-tackle there. Going over to linebackers, we actually have no created linebackers, I don't think. And our board is starting to fill up, but we do kind of low-key need some backers in here. Maybe we'll go after this Bennett also. Yeah, we'll go after Bennett. So that's a few nice 4-stars. We might have to drop some other guys from some of the other positions. Middle linebacker. Ooh, go after this 1. Cornerback. Oh, Joe Hayden. How are we not on your list, Joe? I might go after him, just see. I always want corners. It's just such a position of need. So we'll go after those 2. Like I said, I might, honestly, this 4-star here too. Probably have to drop some guys here. Okay, really good safety class. So we have 3 unreal safeties. We have Eric Berry, Earl Thomas, and Harrison Smith. And we are 3rd on Eric Berry's. I would kill for Eric Berry. Earl, we're not on his list. Okay, I want to just go strongs. I don't think we have any created strongs. And I want to look at athletes. We're actually not placing very high. These are both 4-star athletes. So, okay, I'm gonna go drop some guys, and then I'm gonna see where we're at here. Okay, we're gonna add Earl Thomas to the board. even though we're starting way back, you never know with these guys. And then 2 more athletes we're going to add. Okay, so there we go. That's what our recruiting is going to look like. Definitely a ton of good players. It looks like we're starting to, pick up some speed, getting a lot of guys. We're pretty high on the list. And like I said, we need to go all in and get some O-linemen. We're going to go through our red shirts here. I'm going to red shirt Jake Locker 100%. Red shirt this Freeman guy. Wideouts will red shirt Harvin and Smith. We'll red shirt this tight end, buy a year, hit with him. O-line, oh man, I'm scared. Oh, I wish I would have got Trent Williams. That would have just made me feel so much better. We're going to red shirt this freshman guard. Let red shirt this end. This end, we're good on the trenches. Oh my God, those guys are basically just filler at the bottom. Linebackers, that guy's a filler. We could do this sophomore here. Corner, definitely do those 2. Honestly, we could do all 3 and just let some safeties play corner if we need it. We got good 91 safety backup. Yeah, so we were able to redshirt a lot of good players there, buy some years. Like I said, I think this is going to be a tiny bit of a down year. Not a huge down year. I still think we can win it, but just like if you look at our roster last year compared to now, it's kind of stark. But I mean, we're in the ACC and the ACC is not great. So that is the other thing that really is going to help us here. Okay, depth chart's good. Let's go through the custom schedule. We're a C- schedule. I'm going to play Rutgers at home too. We play one, like the ACC is just bad right now. We play one ranked team as of right now. So even though we don't have the toughest schedule, we might be able to skate by. And as we get further along, I did a similar, kind of challenge like this with Alabama, where I reset it to 2008. And it was a 16-year challenge. At about season, I'd say 10, I brought in Texas and Oklahoma to the SEC just to make it a little more challenging. So in a few years, if the ACC stays down, I might bring in, maybe we'll bring in like Notre Dame and one other school from this kind of area, and we can just kind of jump up who we're playing a little bit if the ACC stays down. Okay, so what we like to do just at the start of each season, go through the rosters, go through kind of what teams we need to really watch out for. So we're number 1 in the preseason polls. We have a 99 Notre Dame team, 99 A&M, 97 Ohio State, 99 Georgia. Bama's a 95. They must have lost a lot of talent. We played South Carolina in the national championship last year, so they're starting in the top 10, but I don't think they're that good. UCLA low-key could be really good. They're 99s. Michigan 97. Those look like USC. We'll have to check out them. Texas. We always look at Texas just because they usually do have some good teams. So those look, who's at 97? Florida State, who's on our schedule. So even though they're not ranked, they do look like they could be decent. Jamarcus Russell, first in the Heisman odds. Reggie Bush, second, 1,500 yards last year, rushing, 409 receiving. So he had almost 2,000 yards. So our QB and then Reggie for 2 preseason Heisman odds-on favorites. So for All-Americans, we got first team Jamarcus Russell, Robert Meacham. We got a right guard for us, a D tackle for us, and a corner for us, but not Cromartie. It's actually our other corner, which is kind of funny. If we go to offense, second team, we got an offensive lineman. And that is it. Ndamukong Suh for Oregon, already a 92. He had 5.5 sacks and 22 tackles for a loss as a freshman last year. Okay, then what I like to do is I like to just go through the rosters here. So we already went through ours, so we're not going to do that, obviously. But just look at some of the contenders, see where they sit. So Alabama's got Michael Griffin, Ben Obumanu. They got this Larry Williams starting at QB. So they actually lost a ton of talent. Where'd all their talent go? Did they have guys transfer out? I don't know what happened. They were recruiting really, really well. Like, did Mario Williams declare early? And they had like 4 defensive ends. That's super weird. I'm going to go see, because I don't know if it was right end or left end. They had unless they all just left, but yeah, maybe they all just aged out, but that seems early. So yeah, Alabama definitely doesn't look great this year. If we go down, Florida State is on our schedule, probably the second best team on paper in the ACC. They got Reggie Nelson. They got Calvin Johnson at receiver, Tyson Jackson. Yeah, they got a pretty good deep team. Who's their QB? The Sullivan. He's a junior. Not super scared of him, so that might be their downfall. They'll be a tough game, but we should win. Georgia looks good on paper, and they just had their last recruiting class was freaking insane. Ted Ginn. Pat White is going to be their starting quarterback right now. That's cool. And they got Tim Tebow in the wings. So I'm glad we don't have to play Georgia unless it's in a national championship. They got Steve Slayton and CJ Spiller. They got Ted Ginn Jr. Oh my goodness, these guys are recruiting like just insane. Eugene Monroe with Andre Smith behind him. So left tackle, they're good. The rest of their O-line, right tackle, they're pretty good. Lawrence Jackson on D end. Cedric Ellis at D tackle. The 99 Lucas, 95 Lawrence Timmons with Curtis Lofton in behind him. Jeez, no corners. Wow. Okay, so their secondary -1 safety is definitely their weak point, but Georgia's a house. Michigan looks like pretty good. 97, I think they were. Pretty good throughout, but they got Mark Sanchez in at QB, but I'm not too worried about them. North Carolina, the only ranked team on our schedule. They're a good team, but they're really not scary. A couple of nice QBs, but yeah, we should be able to handle them, not with a ton of issues. Notre Dame, they're number 2, I think, on the top on the rankings right now. They have a 99 senior quarterback, but they haven't got that next guy in the wings. They got Maurice Jones-Drew, really going to be riding him as a senior running back. And yeah, they're pretty good throughout. Malcolm Jenkins, good, but not crazy. Ohio State, pretty good. They got AP this year, going to be their lead back. Haven't really been giving them the ball much, though. Cook, Bennett is their QB. Joseph Bennett, he looks pretty good. Robert Ayers, Fred Davis, Mario Manningham. So they look good, but there's not really, I haven't seen a team where I'm like, okay, this team on paper is much better than us. Like last year, Alabama's team was very good. We were better, but they were very, very good. Okay, Texas has got 3 just 99 defenders. LaRon Landry, Cameron Wimberly, and then this made up Dustin Whitworth. They got a really good tight end in Zach Miller. Bunch more defenders. They got Early Doucette. Not much at QB though. A couple of nice running backs, good receivers, but not like scary. Doucette should be pretty good for them. So Texas will be good. A&M was another team that was in the top 5. They got Meacham, Ernie Sims, Ryan Arakpo. Yeah, they look pretty good. Gerald McCoy, a 95 QB with a few other QBs in behind them, but they're all seniors or juniors. So they look like they kind of have a 2-year window there where they can make some noise. Okay, UCLA, they got Reggie Bush. Just give the ball to Reggie. They got Glenn Dorsey on the inside and this Michael Sims. They got DJ Williams, who's a 95 quarterback. Yeah, they look pretty good. Walter Thurmond. Yeah, they look good. I don't know who their other weapons. I mean, a couple of 90s at receiver, 2 nice tight ends with Reggie, a good QB. Yeah, they definitely could do some damage this year at UCLA. Then kind of wrap it up at USC, who should be good, but I don't think they're really national title contenders this year. Got a good QB with Marquez Kidd, I guess, but they're good. They're good. They got Colt McCoy in the wings actually as well. So McCoy will probably take over next year, but this guy's only a junior, so they'll keep battling it out. So that is kind of where we are sitting, guys. Now we're going to go into recruiting, and there's a thing, if you guys haven't played a lot of NCAA recently, I'm just going to go over it at the start of each episode. So I unlocked it last year. It's a thing called the Saban factor. So when you gain this 3 out of 3, you get a 20% chance of an instant commit when you offer someone if you're their #1 school. So first thing we do at the start of the year is I'm just going to go through and offer everybody who I'm their #1 player. So right now we are Cam Newton's #1 option. So when we offer the scholarship, there's a 20% chance he just auto commits on the spot. So obviously we're just going to go down and hope we get some auto commits, and we get Cam Newton day 1 to play for the U. We're going to have him and Jake Locker fighting it out next year. Crazy. Okay, we got Dez. He doesn't auto commit. So we got 1 of 2 right there, and we're just going to go down. It's like I said, it's only a 20% chance. So, and we're only going to do it when we're first. So if we look on the right there, we're 6th for Rob Gronkowski. We're not going to do it. Gary Moore. I would love some auto commits on the O-line here, but we're not really first on any. Okay, Bruce Johnson, give it to me. We got a 4-star guard. That's huge. That is absolutely massive. Like, we just need O linemen, so I'm already. And we get a D end here, auto commit. We get a corner, only a three-star corner, but we do need to, you know, always need corner depth. We get an athlete that we get to commit as well, a 4-star athlete, and that will do it. So that was all our auto commit options. Now I'm going to go through, set up my board, and then I'll show you guys what it looks like and show you our big targets. All right, so this is what our board is going to look like just the first week. So Des Bryant, I'm going all in on. He's going to be one of my #1 targets. Then we have Eric Berry, Joe Hayden, and Earl Thomas. I'm just going to give them a decent amount of points here and just see who we kind of climb up with and who do we kind of fall back with. And then I'll just kind of get rid of 1 or 2 of them. Same with these 3 tight ends. Honestly, you know, but we're doing better with this guy. So I'm just going to literally see whichever one of these 3 we're kind of putting the best headway in next week. I'm just going to go after one, drop the other ones. Then we have how many O-line? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 O-linemen. We already got 1 recruit committed. So after week 1 or 2, I'm just going to kind of whittle it down, go after like probably 5 really hard. We have 3 linebackers right here. Going to whittle it down, go after 1 or 2 really hard. 3 defensive linemen, same thing. Whittle it down, go after 1 or 2 pretty hard. So that is kind of our recruiting strategy. We already got, you know, a good baseline of recruits in the door. So yeah, that is all we are going to do there. Now we're going to sim through the bye week and then we'll get into week 2. Ooh, so Earl Thomas did an auto commit to Georgia. So we will not be getting Earl. Okay, so we still have a lead on Dez, but we're going all in on Dez. Big 5-star. So we fell way behind on Joe, but we're doing good with Eric. So I think we're just going to eat it with Joe, go all in with Eric Berry, get him up to like 700. He's very good. Just all around safety, can do it all. So with the 3 tight ends, we fell. Ooh. So we're not doing good with Hernandez at all. I might just go screw it and just go all in on Rob. We didn't really pick up steam with him, but I don't know. We don't super need a tight end. We brought in a pretty good freshman last year. And if we could get Rob like Gronk, obviously that's just going to overdo everything else we'd be able to. Okay, then O-line. We fell behind with Pouncey. Oof, yeah, we're not doing great with any of these dudes except this Keith Mack. But we actually jumped in the lead on this Tyrone Hill. And we got him to commit. So that's 2 O-linemen we have in the door now. I'm going to go really hard on Beluga. I would love at least one of the Pounceys. 790. Gonna go all in on Marquise. Okay, going down the list. So for linebackers, we seem to be doing best with this McKenzie. Not as good with these 2. So we're going to get rid of Matt Jefferson for sure. PJ Carter and Dunlap. So we're not doing good with Vaughn, but we're doing good with the other 2. So we're going to get rid of Vaughn. Going to go 500 for these 2 D linemen. We got both them in. We'd be really in a good spot. So that's our updated list of 13 now. Sim one more week and then we'll look through. We've already got 6 commits, so we're doing all right. Okay, so Indiana week 1, this should be an easy win. 30-10. So actually it wasn't as big of a score as I would have thought, but we'll get it done. Okay, second game right here, Louisiana Monroe. Should be another, okay, there's more like 63-6. Have some recruits ready for visits. Rutgers should be another easy win. 52-14. So Indiana week 1, it was, you know, nice win, but the last 2 weeks we're starting to put it together a little more, especially offensively, it seems. So we're gonna look at recruiting here, guys. So Dez, we are neck and neck with SC, Ohio State, Bama. Gronk, we're falling behind Michigan. I really don't want to pull the plug. Eric Berry, it looks like us, Florida State, Tennessee. Pouncey, we climbed our way into the race. It's us, Bama, Georgia. Beluga, we're still in the race. Keith Mack, this big 4-star offensive lineman. We need O-lineman. I think we've got 3 so far. He would be a great center to have. 6'6", 322 would be wicked. Dunlap, we're right there. PJ Carter, we're falling behind, but I just upped the points on him. Then we have some more filler type guys. Nice offensive lineman here. 4-star wide receiver, a tight end, an athlete, another athlete, 4-star we just got to commit, and we're going after a punter. Then we have some more guys who are kind of filling in down below, but this is kind of the big ones. This is who we've got to commit so far. So, you know, pretty good recruiting class already, and we're getting offensive linemen, which we need. Kind of want to just look, not at that. If we look at advanced week, like still no one ranked except UNC. So Just got to keep winning these games we should. Like this Maryland game, you just got to win this. At the Terps, it's a little closer than we would have liked, but we get it done. Beluga just committed to USC out of nowhere. That sucks. So we lost Beluga for sure. I think we might have got one guy to commit, but... So Dez, we're still right there. Gronk, we're falling behind. Barry, we're right there. Pouncey, we're right there. Mac, we're right there. Dunlap, we're right there. PJ Carter, we're falling behind. This guy, we're fine. Falling behind with Graham, so we'll add some... All right, Georgia Tech should be another easy win. And then we got FSU. Oh, 7-point win. So that's a little bit of a nail biter. Yeah, this is a 4-1 FSU team. So even though they're unranked, they're 97 overall. We're actually going to hop in and watch some of this one. Probably them and UNC are really going to be the only super, tough games this year. So we're the #1 scoring offense again. We're 11th on defense, 16th on defense for them. They're not very good on offense. So we got Crow, Russell, Brown. They got Reggie Nelson, Tyson Jackson, and Calvin Johnson. We're no Booth or Hayward Bay. They are down Griffin and Day. All right, so here we go. We're going to sim through the first quarter, and it is 7-7 through 1. 21-20. We were up 20 to 21 or 20 to 10, and they scored twice right at the end of the quarter. Going to go to the fourth. Okay, we're 33-21. I didn't even mean to watch this, but we're going to watch. We're outgaining them by a ton. Here's a big second down. Oh, motion across the field in our corners. That Cromartie comes up and lays a great tackle. Yeah, that's Crow. That was a great play by Cromartie. We'll watch this 3rd and 8, see what the D can do. We got a 3-man front right here. Let's see what we got D. They're an empty. Only rushing 3. They got a little screen set up to each side, and we got a nice tackle. That is nothing. Punt that football. Us out on offense. 2nd and 10. 3rd and 12. We'll watch this 3rd and 12. We got Jamarcus. Oh, Jamarcus Russell might be hurt. We have a different quarterback in. He definitely wasn't hurt before the game. Throws it over the middle. Uh-oh, what is happening? Can I pause and see? Well, if I go strategy, I don't even know where to check injuries. Sprained elbow. So he's not out for the year or anything, but okay, so that's going to make the rest of this game interesting. We don't have our starting quarterback. They're 4th and 2. They're going to punt us the ball. Okay, we just got to run this ball. Cooks, Ray Rice, dropped 12 yards, 15-yard penalty. There we go. Ray Rice touchdown. That is going to do it. We are going to just go to the end of the game here unless something wild happens. No, okay. So we got to blow him out there, even out without Jamarcus Russell in the second half, it looked like. There we go. We will take that. So yeah, Russell, 9 of 12. He didn't play much, but Clifton Crooks came in. He's a 91 overall. He came in and played really well. Ray Rice, we really rode Rice with Jamarcus going down 165. Receiving, we have King and Reed as our top 2 weapons. Both played well. Defensively, tackles for loss. Those are our sacks. We had 2 interceptions. So there we go. Big win against our biggest rival. That jumps us up to 5-0 or 6-0 actually, maybe even on the year. Beat one of our really, 2 teams that are going to be tough, over the course of this season. Okay, we got UVA. Should be a very easy win. They have 1 loss and we lose. Oh, they were 1-4. I guess we had no Jamarcus though. I forgot about that. Jamarcus was injured. We might have just kissed our title hopes goodbye, ladies and gentlemen. I did say this would be a bit of a down year on paper. That drops us to 16. How many undefeateds are there? There's still a ton. Oklahoma State and Baylor. Bama and Georgia play each other. Notre Dame. We can have max 1 undefeated team at the end of the year, and we could maybe get in. We got to have Middle Tennessee State lose, stuff like that. Kansas is still undefeated. It's super early to look at undefeateds, but man, losing to Virginia. We got to look at the injury report. Is Russell back this week? It looks like Russell's back, but him being out that week might have cost us a chance to win the Natty. Okay, so we got 5-1 Duke. They're not good on paper. This should be a win, but okay, there's a big win, bounce back. But that L, now we just need a ton of help. We need, like last year, we were the only undefeated team. We need a position like that where there's max 1-0 loss team in the whole country. preferably none, and then we have a decent shot. But even now, we lost kind of later in the year too, so now we got to overtake everyone, and our schedule's not great. So yeah, we're in a tough spot here. So we lost Gronk to Michigan. Recruiting, we're still going to be in a good spot. I want to look through top 25. Let's see how many undefeated teams we have left. 8-0 Michigan, 8-0 Bama, 8-0 Baylor, 8-0 Georgia, or 7-0 Baylor. So that's it for undefeated. So we have had quite a few teams lose. Luckily, Georgia and Bama will play no matter what. Notre Dame has to play USC at the end of the year. Bama, we know, has to play Georgia. They play USC. They play A&M. Who does Baylor play? Baylor doesn't play much, but they could easily lose one of those games. So it is not out of the question. We are number 10-ish, 11-ish right now, but we could climb back in. We look at the season stats. So Russell did get hurt, missed a bit of time. 22 touchdowns, 1 pick when he played. Only 234 a game. Rushing, Ray Rice looks like he's been pretty good so far as a true freshman. We got him and Rayford kind of patrolling back there together. Reed and King are our top 2 receivers this year, both seniors. 105 a game for Reed. Ed Jones, Montgomery, Hayward Bay got injured, so he hasn't played much. Defensively, Anderson, Brown, Cushing, Kenny Phillips. TFLs, it's Brown and Brown, our 2 ends. Brown and Brown, our ends there. INTs, Phillips, Rodriguez. There we go. Don't have any defensive touchdowns. Kick returns, Cromartie and Reed are doing kick returns and punt returns. Okay, let's look at team stats. So total offense, yeah, we're just not, we're number 1 in points, which I like, but defensively, where are we for points? We're like 7 or 8. So we're a good team. I didn't think we were as good as last year. So if we don't win this year, I'm not gonna whatever, but it just sucks to lose games you shouldn't lose. Okay, we got Vatek. Big win, 63-21. We need some style points down the stretch. Okay, Des Bryant just locked us out, which seems weird. He must have just visited Alabama. He did. We are going to open that door, though. We're going to go right back in with our 700. That should put us right in the alley. We still have a shot. Eric Berry still have a shot. He visits FAU. So it's going to be us or Florida State, I think. Pouncey, did he visit Georgia? He's already visited Georgia. We have him last week of the year. Keith Mack, we have last week of the year. We have a good shot. Dunlap, we got a good shot. PJ Carter, I still think we have a good shot. This Chris Graham, it just depends. Like a lot of these guys, I think we have good shots. I don't want to pull the plug, you know? I'm going to offer, okay, we got that Montreal. I'm just going to offer some scholarships to these guys because it might free up some points. But we have some more depth guys at the bottom that we're kind of going after down here. I'm actually just kind of curious where we sit top class wise right now. We're in 6th right now, bunch of 4 stars. Okay, we got Army. Should be a win, a little closer than I would have liked. And then these next 3 weeks, we have a ton of visits. So these next 3 weeks are really going to make or break this recruiting class. We'll see if anybody big signed with anyone this week. All right, then for just a short interruption of our NCAA sim, I want to make you guys aware of my website, Scheme Kings. It is my Madden and NBA 2K game plan website. It includes an exclusive video membership. You can dive into our extensive library where I offer hundreds of hours of content that gets updated weekly. You'll have access to comprehensive schemes. You unlock full offensive and defensive strategies, intricately designed based on real NFL, NCAA, and NBA schemes, tailored to elevate your game in a totally unique way based around how real teams play. Each scheme comes with hours of content to make sure this scheme gives you the best chance to win while playing off meta. They're also going to have in-depth breakdowns so you can understand the why and the how behind each play, with detailed explanations and real gameplay demonstrations, all with real footage taken from in-game against real opponents, so you know this stuff is actually gonna work. Then if you want a free preview of the videos that can be found on the site, you need to check out my King Reggie YouTube channel, where you can find the first part of the schemes for free before getting the rest on Scheme Kings. I'll leave a link for my King Reggie Madden YouTube channel down below if you want to check it out. Then starting today, now all future Campus Kings videos will be going up 3 to 4 days early on Scheme Kings. So if you enjoy these NCAA sims and want to support the channel, you can get the membership where you will get all the Madden videos, all the 2K content, plus get to watch the Campus Kings videos early. So you can use code CAMPUS at checkout and get 50% off your first month of the membership, and this will unlock everything on the site. So if you want to check it out, I'll leave a link for it down in the description below. Doesn't look like it. So we're right there with Dez. Barry, we're right there with a bunch of teams. Pouncey, we're right there. It can be thrown off a little bit because he visited Georgia, so we're way behind in points. But once we visit, we can shoot back up. Same with that guy, PJ Carter. So we're 785. We almost got to get him to commit before he visits Florida State. Kyle Caps, Charles Swain. Okay, we got this 3-star D tackle to commit as well, just by offering him. This linebacker actually looks pretty good, so we're going to give some more points to him. So yeah, this is going to be make or break. We have a bunch of guys. This is UNC, ranked opponent, 7-3. We're trying to keep our, one-loss record intact, and we have a ton of guys visiting this week. So we're jumped up to first on offense, third on defense. They're 66th in points scored. Okay, we are going to super sim. We're just going to go through the first quarter. I'm going to go through this game quick. Okay, 14-0 lead us. Okay, 24-7 lead. We're just going to go to the end of the game. I can always stop it if it's close, though. Okay, yeah, 41-14 in the fourth quarter. We ran away with this one, beat them by 20. We will take that for sure. That might put us into the top 5 now. Russell had a nice day, 414, 3 touchdowns. Ray Rice was really good on the ground. That was our receiving. Okay, and we had a ton of guys in for visits this week. Oh, we need to lock some of these dudes down. Okay, we're going to advance week. Would love at least 2 or 3. I can't remember if Dez was in this week, but I'd love at least 2 or 3 of these guys to commit right now. We got Eric Berry. That's freaking huge. That is so big. And we got Kyle Caps, guard. Cool. Oh, Eric Berry. That is massive. I don't know. Was Dez in? Dez did visit this week, and now he's at USC. So who knows if we'll get him. This McKenzie. I mean, we can just get rid of these guys. Oh, and Pouncey's visiting Bama this week. Okay, so we're going to sim through Pitt. Hopefully get 2-3 more guys to commit right now. Pouncey's actually in at week 15. I'm just hoping Dez doesn't commit. Even if we have to get Dez out into the offseason, we'll go all in for Dez. If we got Cam Newton and Dez in the same class, we have Percy Harvin already from last year. That threesome is crazy. Okay, none of those big guys committed. We got Kelly Fox, just a corner. Okay, so this is the last week of recruiting. We're in the lead on Dez. We're behind on Pouncey, but he's visiting this week. These guys are all just kind of filler players. Oh, we got 1 to commit. So yeah, we'll see. So who's actually, we got Pouncey in this week, and then just some more of the kind of lower key guys. But if we could get Pouncey right now, that would be massive. Bye week. We do not get Pouncey. We get some more kind of filler guys. So once again, we are going to have a ton of guys we're going to be fighting for in the offseason at National Signing Day. Basically, these 3. Luckily, we're in the lead on all of them. We're close on Pouncey. But there's also PJ Carter, this Chris Graham, these guys. I don't really care. It's basically these 4 I care about, but really these 3. PJ Carter would be nice, but it's also just how much do I go to these 3? Because Pouncey's the one probably I need the most, but we're actually the least ahead of. So there we go. But our recruiting class is going to turn out, even if we get 2 of those 3 guys, our recruiting class, we're number 1 right now. That's going to add some more star power. We already got Eric Berry and Cam Newton. That's going to add hopefully at least 2 more like stars to that. We definitely got some offensive linemen, which we needed. Okay, we play North Carolina State. Let's look at who the rest of the top 25 plays here. So Georgia's undefeated, but they have to play Bama. So there is only one undefeated team. Everybody else is 1 loss. Okay, so probably the winner of Bama Georgia gets in, but we'd have a shot to play the other one. I'm just going to sim through this week, say screw it. We're not even going to watch North Carolina State. We win. Let's just see what happens. Do we make the Natty? We're going to be right there as maybe the best one-loss team. We don't. We're in the Orange Bowl. We're number 4, so weren't even that close, but that's why you can't lose those games you shouldn't lose. We got Baylor. Bama ended up beating Georgia, and they're going to play Kansas. They put Kansas in over us, but they still kept Georgia ahead of us. Kansas, 83 overall Kansas. That's why you can't lose those games, though. All right, so we're just going to sim through this game. I don't really care. I'm assuming we're going to win. That Baylor team's not great. Okay, so we get the W. That is 34-6. That is a nice win right there. So we do win another Orange Bowl. Jamarcus Russell, individual career, most passing touchdowns in NCAA history. Passes Case Keenum. That is kind of crazy. He was a 4-year starter. Obviously going to have the most passing yards in a career, 15,000. School passing yards in a career, receiving touchdowns. So we go 13-1, win the Orange Bowl again. We have won the Orange Bowl every year except for the year we won the Natty. 13-1, win Orange Bowl. And we've won the ACC every year as well. Gonna look who's the final top 25. Bama ends up winning the Natty. And this was not a great Bama team. Notre Dame in second, us third. We are the only 3 one-loss teams on the year. Let's check out the All-Americans. How many we have? We have Jamarcus Russell, who literally was just incredible. 4-year starter. Got hurt a little bit this year. 15,000 total yards through the air. 162 passing TDs with only 21 interceptions. He had a career. Added another 24 touchdowns on the ground, another 2,000 rushing yards. Yeah, we're gonna have I don't think we'll ever have a QB who puts up those stats, because I don't think we'll have another QB that's a 4-year starter like him. Rankin Moore on the O-line, and Cromartie's gonna wrap it up for us as well. Really good career for him. Finished with 11 interceptions in his career. And then Kenny Phillips as a sophomore, already first team All-American. He's probably going to be our best DB next year. Then Reed, second team Booth on the O-line. And then we'll see if we have any freshmen. We got Ray Rice, who was really good as a freshman, 954. Crabtree is one of them. Crabtree went to Bama. Damn, that's a big get for Bama. We get Espinosa, Brian Cushing as well. Taylor Mays went to USC. Big get for them. Okay, gonna look at the final stats. So Jamarcus finishes 3rd in passing. He only has 1 interception on the year. Ooh, that is, I think our team overall wise will be better next year, but we're not gonna have as good of a QB. Ray Rice, leading rusher. Jamarcus added 616 on the ground. He was big time. Reed and King are both gone, but we have some really good receiving options coming up. I'm not too worried about that at all. Defensively, Anderson Brown, Brian Brown. Then we got tackles for a loss. Brian Brown was really good for us as a senior. 27 tackles for a loss, sorry. Yeah, Brown and Brown, both gone, redshirt seniors. 6.5, 5.5. 4 picks for Young, 4 for Cromartie. Cromartie might add no touchdowns. Cromartie had 16 pass deflections as a senior. So yeah, Cromartie, we're gonna miss him. We're gonna lose guys every year. So you can't really, we're always gonna be losing guys. But this year, Cromartie and Russell, those are 2 big L's. Looks like we finished 1st in total offense, 1st in points per game. Defensively, we're 2nd in points allowed per game. So we were 1st on offense, basically 2nd on defense. I want to look at NCAA records for career here. So yeah, so he was good. He was 4,000 passing yards off Case Keenum. That is crazy. So Jamarcus would have had to not get injured this last year and average another 1,000 yards passing a year. That is crazy. That is cool though. He finishes the all-time leading most passing touchdowns in a career, 162 for Jamarcus Russell. So I'd imagine he's going to go first overall again in the NFL draft, and it's probably going to turn out a little better for him this time. I don't think he'd go down after that college career as the biggest bust of all time. Okay, we have some big recruiting stuff going on. That is pretty incredible, our run so far, guys. ACC champ 6 years in a row. Orange Bowl or national champion every single year. Once again, I don't know. I might give myself a split national championship in 2002 in our clock. But yeah, we are 39-5 overall, 6-0 in bowls, 23-2. We've actually lost to some unranked teams. That's kind of been our biggest bugaboo that's held us back from winning more national championships, is like just stumbling in the regular season to some not great teams. Okay, players leaving. Got two guys trying to declare. We got Chris Long and we got Crooks, who might be our starting quarterback. Yeah, he's going to stay. But if you look who we leave, Cromartie and Russell, like I said, they're a bunch of good players, but they're more filler-ish type guys. We really don't, we don't lose that many. Like, compared to last year where we lost like 699. So we did lose some good players. Obviously, Jamarcus Russell is the best player on the team, but I think as long as the QB plays well, we are going to be fine. No transfer requests. Okay, on to recruiting. So we have so we have a big lead with Dez, but Pouncey's probably the most important to get, along with even PJ Carter. I think, I want to go 6,000 to Pouncey. Yeah, I think it's kind of pointless giving any to PJ Carter unless we went for like 5,000 or like 4,000, just because we're already behind there. So I think if I go 6,000, I'm basically going to go all in on our big three. The fact we have a 1,500 point lead with Carlos and Dez makes me think I can get away like a 1,700 point lead with Dez. How could we blow that? Bama would have to spend it all on him. And then I could spend like 1,000 on this linebacker who I actually think could turn out to be pretty good. Because I think there's no point in giving 1,000 to PJ Carter. Florida State's going to offer him something. Chris Graham, if we get Dez, we don't really need him. We kind of need linebackers. I feel like this guy could actually end up being pretty decent. All right, we're going to go for it. Oh, I hope we better get at least two of those three big boys up top. Oh, we get the big three. We get the big three. Don't really get anyone else, but I do not care. Only 2 scholarships remaining. That should easily give us the #1 class. Yep, #1 over USC, 4 5 stars. Pouncey, Berry, Dunlap, Dez Bryant are 5 stars. Cam Newton, who's only a 4-star as well. So our class was really stinking good. How much did we miss out on? Yeah, see, I would have had to give a ton to PJ. Yeah, we cleared on those 3 all pretty easily. We also, here's the rest of the class. Eric Berry, good players. O-line. I actually want to see how many O-line did we actually get. So we got 6 offensive linemen. Oh no. Okay, so we got 2 guards and 3 centers, but I can always move one of these guards, some of the guards out to tackle as well. So we got a 5-star, a 3-star, a 3-star, and a 3-star and a 4-star. So a lot of 3 stars, but a 5-star and a 4-star obviously is gonna do well for us. Did we get some athletes? We got a few athletes as well. So those are always fun to kind of see. They feel like kind of like lottery tickets to see where they're gonna end up. We'll see. So we got the #1 and #2 players in the class with Eric Berry and Dez. Earl went to Georgia, Golden Tate, Ohio State, JJ Watt, Iowa, Harrison Smith, Texas A&M, Everson Griffin, USC. We got Pouncey. Vaughn went to USC. Gronk went to Michigan. Marvin Austin, Georgia. Justin Houston. Oh my God, Georgia had a run there. We got Dunlap. Pouncey. Where'd the other Pouncey go? The other Pouncey went to Ohio State. Joe Hayden. I would have liked Joe Hayden. A&M. Wisniewski. A&M. Russell Wilson. Notre Dame. That's a big get for Notre Dame. Damn. Okay. Who's the other QB? It was Tyrod, A&M. Russell. We got Cam. Kellen Moore went to Washington State. Okay, so once again, we finished with the #1 recruiting class. That is huge. So far, our recruiting rankings have went number 2, number 23, number 1, number 1, number 2, number 1. So we're doing a great job of just being, bringing in talent. Really, conference prestige and a little bit of coach stability is all we can really improve now to just keep knocking people down here. Okay, gonna go over to position changes. Okay, this Chris Kenny, he went up 7 points. Actually says QB is his best position, but we don't need a QB at all. Douglas, also QB. Nothing on defense. I like when these guys want to play defense. Running back, we could use a running back. Taylor, QB. Play defense. No. Maybe we'll put this guy at QB. We'll just do one at each. And then Whitmore. He's decent. Okay, he'll play safety. Maybe corner, actually. Okay, so we have no tackles on the team right now. So I moved my starting guard out to tackle. Then I think I'm going to move our center over to guard. That'll put Pouncey in there. Our right side is going to be young and not great. We're going to move our other guard out there. Woo! Yeah, we are young. Our left side is going to be pretty good, but our right side is going to be very young. Okay, so that's kind of it for the big position changes. Just gonna go to cut players here. Okay, so we're at the start of season number 7 here. This is gonna be the 2007 season. Gonna just go look through our roster here. So wow, Clifton Crooks went up to a 98 overall. Wow. Okay, not a runner really. Really good accuracy. He's got decent wheels, good awareness. So we're gonna let this guy start at least this year, and then we're gonna sit Cam Newton, and you're a single digit guy. Yeah, you're gonna be number 1, Cam. We're gonna let Cam and Locker sit at least this year, and then maybe one of them can take over next year. But we have a ton of QB talent. This Witherspoon's only a sophomore. He's an 88. This Taylor's a freshman coming in. Ton of QB talent. We got Ray Rice, this senior Radford. We got 2 kind of younger guys developing in behind him. Wide out, we got Darius Hayward-Bay, only a sophomore. Junior with this Darius Montgomery, who we got recruited a few years ago. 93, he's got 99 speed, 99 excel. We got Vince Bryant, a junior. We got Percy Harvin. We got this Stone. We got Dez Bryant coming up. Dez is going to be getting redshirted this year for sure. Like Percy, I'll probably start Percy in the slot. Percy, like the speed we're gonna have Darius Hayward-Bay, Montgomery, and Percy as our 3 receivers. 95, 99, and 98 speed. Tight end, we got a good 91 senior, a freshman we're developing. Definitely got to get another tight end in. We got a junior left tackle, will be good. Nice guard, but he's a senior. Marquise Pouncey, he's going to be a 4-year starter for us at center. Couple of good freshmen on the right side, but they're young. So yeah, it's going to be a young developing O-line, but yeah, I just got to make sure, I got to be a little more careful making sure I actually really commit enough resources to the O-line recruiting wise. We got Chris Long, who's going to be one of the best ends in the country. Dunlap looks like he's going to start on the other side of him as a freshman. Espinosa and Tyler on the inside, definitely, ooh. Yeah, this is another position. I definitely got to start recruiting some more D tackles. Gonna need some linebackers here as well. A lot of juniors and seniors, so got to get some recruits in there. Same with corner, kind of. We got a lot of young guys, but we haven't got those like super. We've only really got Cromartie is our only one who's like a created super stud we've been able to get in. All these guys look like they could be pretty good. Safety, we're really in a good spot right now. We got this Michael White. We got Arnold Stewart, who's just kind of a freak, 97 speed, and he's only a sophomore. We got freshman Eric Berry, freshman right there. Then strong safety, we got Kenny Phillips, who's already a 98 as a junior, was a first-team All-American last year. So yeah, we have a ton of good safeties, and kicker and punter we're both good at. So that is what that team is looking like. I'd say it's maybe better than last year. I don't know, actually. I don't think Crooks isn't going to be as good as Jamarcus Russell. That I think is going to be, wow, Ray Rice is a 98 as a sophomore already. I think this year will be good. I think next year is when we have the groups of really young guys really starting to come into their own. So I think next year, I think we got a shot this year, but yeah, we have a lot of young talent. So gonna make the next recruiting class, guys, and then hop into the next season. All right, so I just made the recruiting class. This is going to be the 2007 season, the 2008 class, a very good class overall. One of the better ones we will see over this whole time period. So we are just going to skip to recruiting now. So starting with QBs, which we really don't need a QB this year. We got 4. We got Andrew Luck, Terrell Pryor, Blaine Gabbert, and EJ Manuel. So those are the 4 QBs. None of them want to come here, and we're not on their short list anyway. We honestly probably are on Lux if you expand it a little further, but we really don't need one. We just got Cam Newton last year and Jake Locker the year before. Now we go to running backs. There's 2. There's Mark Ingram and LaMichael James, and we are not on either of their lists either. We are on these 2 4-stars pretty high. We have Ray Rice, who's only a sophomore, and he's already a 98 overall. So we're not in dire need of a running back. If we go down to wide receiver, there's 5 of them. So there's Julio Jones, who we are 3rd on his list. We're going to go after him. Marvin Jones, Justin Blackman, Kendall Wright, and Michael Floyd. So we're obviously 3rd on Julio's. We're going to go after this Will Lewis. Once again, we don't really need wideouts right now, so I'm not going to go too hard on those guys. If we were able to get one of those 2, we'd be pretty happy. Tight ends, we have 2. We have Travis Kelce and Kyle Rudolph, and unfortunately, they're both from Ohio. We are not on either of their lists, which is kind of unfortunate. We definitely could have used a good tight end. We are on this Birds and this Nichols, who's pretty lowly ranked. I might add Kelsey, and we'll see if we could just kind of sneak on kind of backdoor later. We did get a lot of offensive linemen last year, but I want to get more, and I never want to be in that position where we're low on offensive line again. So we have 3 tackles. We got Barrett Jones, Tyron Smith, and Matt Khalil. Unfortunately, we are not on any of their lists. I might go after Tyron. He's really good, and Alabama's on his list. We might be kind of lower down. Sorting through the rest, just some 3-stars, a 4-star. Yeah, we'll go after those tackles. Okay, if we go down to guards, I don't think we have any created ones, so we'll just sort 4-star and some 3-stars there. We're actually pretty close on that 4-star. So that's where we'll go for guards. We have no created centers either. And we just did get Pouncey. So we'll go after this 4-star here. And we'll just call it right there. So decent crew of offensive linemen. Once again, we want to get 2 or 3 of those. If we go D-ends, wow, we are not in on any of these guys. It's Courtney Upshaw and Daquan Bowers. I think that is it. And unfortunately, not high. We did get Dunlap last year. Richard's a 4-star, so a few 4-stars there. We're actually pretty close on this Dunn. We'll maybe add him. Okay, D tackles. We got Marcel Darius, I believe is the only one. We're not on his list. I might add him just because we need some impact defensive tackles. We got Tragan. We got some 3-stars there. Might be nice to see even if we got an auto commit from one of those guys, even if it's a 3-star. We do need some talent in the door, so. Okay, outside linebackers, we have no created guys. We do need some linebackers. We'll go after those 2 4-stars there. Yeah, we're starting to fill up here. There's one middle linebacker created. Oh, I actually made him a JUCO. Crap, it's Arthur Brown. We are not on his list, so that kind of sucks. So he's kind of out of it. We go to corners, and there's 2 of them. There's Patrick Peterson and Janoris Jenkins, and we're not on either of their lists. I think I'm going to go after Patrick, though. Damn, we are not high on these corners right now. And then if we go safeties, I think we have 1 created guy, so we have no free safeties. We honestly don't really need safeties right now, and not really any strong safeties. I think I'm going to save it for athletes. The only other created safety is Will Hill, and we are not on his list. Then we're going to go to athletes here. So we got a 4-star. Wow, we're not even doing that great with the athletes, honestly. I'm going to add this guy as well. I'm gonna go after Garrison. Okay, so that's what our recruiting board looks like. Honestly, like, I think I was a little spoiled with that Alabama rebuild. Like Bama, we would get just everybody wanted to come. So this does make it a little more challenging, and we're still getting good recruiting classes, but it's not quite the same where it's just like overloaded. Okay, we're going to go over, do our red shirts here. I'm going to red shirt Cam this year. Running back, we'll just do this Douglas. Wideouts, we're going to do Dez this year. Tight end, I mean, nah, I don't care about that Moore guy. Maybe we'll do caps here by year. Yeah, we don't even have depth on the O-line. I honestly can't even really redshirt these guys. If we have an injury, we're going to be screwed. We have like a good 5 starters. DNs, we're fine. Do I want to do Dunlap? Nah, he's going to be right in the rotation. We're not going to do this sophomore bias a year. Corners, we're just going to do this freshman here. Ooh, might as well do Barry, buy a year with him, or Kenny Phillips looks like a stud. So that is what our red shirts are going to look like. So yeah, we are going to start Crooks at QB this year, but he honestly might start next year. He looks like he could be really good. He's got high awareness too, decent speed, decent arm. Gonna be a good college QB. Obviously Ray Rice. I just want to make sure at wide out. Yeah, we're starting Percy Harvin in the slot. I want to make Percy our kick and punt returner too. Yeah, he's kick and punt. So there we go. Once again, I think we're a good team. I don't know if we're, you know, we've had better teams. We'll have better teams in the future, but we're a good team. B minus, or our schedule is actually a little tougher this year. We have 3 ranked teams, like preseason ranked. B minus, we've been in the C's for a few years now. So, you know, this is, I don't know. It's not like for sure that we're gonna win the Natty this year at all. I don't even know if I'd say we're the preseason favorite. Okay, looking at the preseason polls. So we are starting in 5th. We are an A+, though. In Notre Dame and Bama are A-. Is Michigan's an A+, but a 97. Georgia's a 99. We're a 99. A&M's a 99. UCLA's a 97. Ohio State's a 97. USC's a 99. Texas is a 99. So that's probably the big guns who we got to watch out for this year. Where was Florida State? Oh, North Carolina's a B. So yeah, they're ranked in the top 10. They're not a top 10 team talent wise. Where's Florida State? Are they not even ranked? Florida State's an A- still, so that'll be a decent game. Look at Heisman watch. I don't think any of our guys. No, Mason. All kind of created fake dudes. We'll look preseason All-Americans. Yeah, Kenny Phillips, strong safety, and our kicker. So not a ton of love for us in the preseason this year, considering we've lost 2, 3, 5 games in 6 years. So I mean, I don't think we're gonna lose more than, you know, 1 game this year again. But I'd say Georgia's the best team on paper, even better than us. So I would be shocked if Georgia isn't, you know, 1 loss or no losses at the end of the year. Okay, gonna go through the recruiting here. We're gonna do the auto commit thing where we offer to everybody who are number 1 for. We're going down, haven't got any yet. Still nothing. Wow. Okay, we got 1. We got a big guard, a 4-star guard, which I always like. Okay, get a D tackle. That's nice. A 4-star D tackle and another D tackle. And another D tackle. So there we go. I'll take that. So we're getting work on the trenches right now, which is always big. Okay, so that's the auto commits. Guard and a few D tackles, I think. Yeah, I'm going to divvy out my points and I'll show you guys what we're looking like. Yeah, honestly, going through this class, this is just not my favorite group of guys as far as kind of who's on our board. And the guys I really want, we are really not in a good spot. We're in a good spot with Julio. Tyron we're 6, Kelsey we're 7, Marcel Darius we're 9, Peterson we're 8, and yeah, so those are the 5 I really want. We're not really in a good spot with any of them. This is probably not the right strategy, but I'm just going to go all in on those 5. Really just kind of putting some other points out. Nice, we got 4 auto commits already, but even like the rest of the guys who I'm not giving points to right now, I don't know. They're just like not really jumping out to me as guys like, I gotta go all in on this guy and get him in the squad. So I think I'm going to kind of go scrubs and stars with this class and really go all in on those 5 at the top. And if we were able to get like 3 of those guys, that'll just make the whole class. So we're going to sim through the bye week. Okay, so we got an FCS school here. Obviously, this should be like a big win. 42-3's decent. Like I said, we're not a powerhouse this year. If we're able to get through this year unscathed, I'll be a little shocked. Like, this is not one of those years where I'm like, if we lose a game, I'm going to pull my hair out. Like, this is a year where first year starter who is a 98 overall, but he's not like, I don't know. He's on an absolute game record. We have a lot of young players, young offensive line, young corners. So we'll see. Okay, still kind of holding serve there. Okay, we're falling behind on Kelsey, so I'm going to offer the scholarship. We're actually, yeah, we're kind of gaining ground there. Okay, so first game of the year, we got Rutgers. They're actually an 84-90 on offense. So we have a ranked team, North Carolina State, right coming up here. This is going to be week 9-10. That's the big back-to-back North Carolina FSU. Let's try to get this first regular season game done, though. 62, okay. That's what we like to see. Put up a big 62 on a Power 5. All right, put up a big 62 points. I like it. Okay, so North Carolina State did lose. They're still ranked. They're only an 84. This should be a win, but like I said, there's no easy games this year. Had back-to-back easy, but none on the schedule where I'm like, I just don't feel as confident in this year's team, I guess. So I think any week we definitely could lose. Okay, we got 0-2 Duke. Should be a win. They did beat us, I think, 2 years ago, though. Okay, so decent win. We'll definitely take that. Okay, so recruiting-wise, some big stuff's been happening. We just got locked out by 2 guys, but the lockouts they can be kind of a blessing. You can use it and watch. We're like over 2,000 behind. Use both these. And now we're going to be right back in the show. I really don't know how we're falling so far behind with both. But yeah, so now when we look, we're right back in second for both. Once again, we're falling behind on Ohio State here. But if we keep this close, we may even get locked out. We can hop back in. Darius, we're right in there. Peterson, we're right in there. So like I said, if I even can get 2 of these guys, I'll be happy. 3, I'll be very happy. Then we're actually doing pretty well with some of our lower level guys, but we're just really not going after that many. So yeah, there we go. Recruiting. Hey, we're not my favorite recruiting class, like I said, for who's actually wanting to come to us, but we might be able to pull this off. Okay, got another game, Georgia Tech, 42-24. This is where we're playing in the ACC. It's just not deep. There's just not a ton of really good teams. Well, there's not a ton of elite talent, and there's not even really... You know, there's a few teams like Florida State, North Carolina who will give us games, but the rest of the time it feels like week by week, we just got to try to skate by, not get upset. Okay, we got Kentucky SEC school, but they are very low right now. 1 or no wins. There we go. That brings us to 6-0 on the year. Okay, we get another. Oh, Travis Kelce commits to Ohio State. We get a wide receiver to our team. So that officially brings us down to 4 kind of blue chip guys we are after. And oh, we are way behind on Peterson. I don't know why we're falling so far behind. We're doing okay with the other 3. Doing pretty good with this Russ Johnson, this athlete. We can go a little more now. Brian Wood, we're fine. Go a little more with this tight end. Guard. Travis going to Ohio State, going home. Like, we've got a decent class so far, but they're not the elite talent. We have to get at least 2 of these 4. At least 2, but we're not even really, we're just neck and neck with everyone here. Okay, we got UNC not even ranked anymore, and then we got Florida State, so we're not even going to play a ranked team on our schedule. Okay, so we're going to go through UNC. You never know. We're on the road, but we get it done. It's going to put us at 7-0. I think in that Alabama series I did too, I won 50-something straight games. It was actually kind of crazy. I won 3 national championships in a row at one point. Okay, we got a running back committed. Oh, Julio. Julio committed to Texas. I mean... Honestly, we didn't really need Julio. We've been doing so good with receivers, but I just want that blue chip talent. And now we are really kind of backs against the wall. I said I wanted 3 to... No. Now we're locked out with Peterson. Luckily, we should be able to use the door. Blow that door down. Now we got 3 left. And these 3 are at positions more of need. We have visits all late in the year with them. It'll be interesting. Ooh, Ohio State already has 3 5-stars. Kendall Wright and Travis Kelce. And Barrett Jones they got. So they're doing well. Texas got Julio. We're in 6th right now. We're no superstars though. Okay. Rice, this should be an easy win. 45-10. So hey, we're honestly doing better this year. Not recruiting as much, but with just on the field, better than I thought. So that's going to put us at 8-0. Going to be around 2 or 3 in the country, it looks like, after this week, depending if there was an L. And FSU is ranked again. We'll see if they ended up losing or not. So they didn't lose. They're 16 in the country. So we're going to watch some of that game. Let's look at the top 25. Still 4 undefeateds: Michigan, Georgia, and Tulane along with us. Who does Tulane? They have no one ranked. Michigan obviously has to play Ohio State still. Georgia, Florida, but gonna have to play Bama, looks like, in the SEC championship game. Like, we obviously don't want more than one other undefeated team, just because, if we even get that far, just because obviously then it's just kind of up in the air. Pat White 3rd in the Heisman, so Pat's having a good year. Jonathan Stewart, UW. Crooks 2nd in the country in passing behind Colt McCoy, so we are throwing the rock. 198 rating. 26-2. Okay, Clifton Crooks. I did not have huge expectations for this guy, but he is playing unbelievably well. Ray Rice and Hayford. And Crooks not really a running threat, but that's fine. Hayford and Rice, we must be killing it in yards. Hayward Bay is our #1 receiver, along with Montgomery. Harvin's having a nice year. Harvin's averaging 21.8 yards per reception, 3 touchdowns. That's why we didn't really need Julio. We got Percy Harvins, who's a redshirt freshman. We have Des Bryant, who's going to be a redshirt freshman next year. So, yeah, Hayward Bay too, only a sophomore. 768, 96 a game. Ooh, so our offense is cooking with gas right now. Here's kind of where we are. Tackles and everything. TFLs, Chris Long. He's kind of our big defensive lineman this year at 97. INTs, Michael White. Kenny Phillips has 1. 2 defensive touchdowns. Pass deflections, Matt Wilson has 8. Gonna look at team stats. I'd imagine we're up there for yards, and so we're 3rd in yards. But Old Dominion's played to get extra game over us. Points per game, we're 2nd, so Georgia has an offense as well. Pat White, 24-1. Steve Slayton, Ted Ginn Jr., Georgia. If we played Georgia, whew, that would be a tough game. Yeah, so we're second in the country in passing. Hayward Bay, 4th in receiving yards. There we go. Yeah, FSU, good offense. We're a much better team, but you never know. So we're 2nd on O, 3rd on D. Oh, I forgot to look at defensive rankings, I think, actually, when we looked at team stats. Visiting prospects, they got some guys in. Calvin is obviously their big-time player. That's ours. Okay, we're going to go through the first quarter here. We jump out to a quick 7-0 lead. Okay, 14-0 lead. Gonna go till half. We're at 21-0 here. We got a 3rd and 3. I just want to hop in, see even just a play. Trying to put us up 28-0 here. Crooks at QB. We got Hayward Bay, Percy Harvin, Ray Rice. Gonna fire it in the back corner. Is that a oh, the tight end didn't drag his toes. So we're gonna get held to 3 there, but unless they're able to go score before the half, almost score again. We're going to go to the 4th quarter here. We should obviously win this. Okay, 27-13, so they made it a little bit interesting here. We got a big 3rd and 8. I mean, we're up 2 scores with 6:49 left. You stop them here, it's basically over. I think that's Calvin Johnson at the top of the screen. They're going to do a little QB draw. Oh, the safety comes up with the corner, but he gains almost 5-6 yards. That's going to make it 4th and 3. They actually punt that, and we just cook it down the field, passing the ball all over them before punching it in. Oh, I didn't mean to watch this, but that's basically going to do it. 34-13 win. We got trips to the top of the screen here, but you know, this is going to put us up to 9-0, but it is our first ranked win of the year. The ACC is just down right now. If we are able to, you know, catch that Bama sim we did where we won 7, a big part of it is going to be, you know, we just don't play as tough of teams. But like I said before as well, guys, about 10 seasons into the Bama sim, I brought some more schools. I brought in Texas and Oklahoma into the SEC just to make it a little more tough. So maybe I'll bring in some Notre Dame and someone else into the ACC to give us a little more competition. So Crooks keeps up his great play. Ray Rice, 136, played well. Really not any huge receiving days, but just kind of spread the ball around to everyone. That might jump us up to number 2, especially obviously if one of the teams ahead of us lost. Okay, got a bye week here. We're just going to sim through. So Tyron Smith locked us out again, but we're going to be able to break the lock. But that is our last lock pick. So if any of these big three decide to lock us out again, we will be screwed. We will not be able to get them. Okay, we got Vatek. Can't overlook it. 45-17. So we're doing a good job of just taking care of business. Like I said, this is not our most talented team, but we are 2 games away from staying undefeated through the regular season. Ooh, we got big guard Craig Silva. We got another commit actually as well. And I think we should have quite a few recruits in for visits this week. Tyron's in for a visit, Darius, and then Peterson's the next week. Okay, UVA, if we lose this one, 3-7. 56-10. We are keeping it going. We are 1 away. If we were able to get Tyron or one of those 2 to commit right now, I would be ecstatic. We don't. We do not. We do not. We got Will Lewis, Russ Johnson though. So we got a few more commits in. We're in the lead with Tyron, but he still has to visit Michigan. But Michigan's way behind. It's basically us and UCLA. We're in a pretty good lead here with Darius, but he just visited. And then Peterson, we're right tied with Bama. He visits LSU this week, but I don't think that'll be enough to seal the deal there. Okay, we got Pitt. Pitt ruined our undefeated season, I think in like our 3rd year or something. So you never know, but we get a huge dominant win, 63-17. So there it is, undefeated regular season. We've only done that maybe 2 times. So I did not think on paper this was our year to do it, but hey, we get it done. Yeah, it's only our 2nd undefeated regular season. So, and 1 year we get Marcel Darius. Woo, that is sick. Big D tackle. All pro defensive tackle. That is massive. We're in the lead with Darius. We fell behind with Peterson. Garrison, but is Peterson in for a visit for us? Peterson's in for a visit this week, so we will get a big boost there. Have a bunch of guys in for visits this week, so we'll see. I want to make sure filler guys who we really want, that we're doing well with them. Okay, so this will be the last week of recruiting, so we are just going to sim through. So hopefully, if we got Peterson to sign right now, because I think it was him who's in, that would be cherry on top. Then basically we could just go all in on Tyron Smith this offseason. If not, I mean, those 2 are going to be our prime #1 targets, obviously. So we don't get either of them. We do get 4 kind of smaller, low-level guys. So this is kind of, so we got 7 scholarships remaining. We have a lead on Tyrion. We got a lead on Peterson, but they're small. We got a lead on all these dudes. But I mean, for the most part, I would like this athlete looks pretty good and this tight end both look good, but we're going all in on Tyrion. I think I'll probably go like 6,000 on each and then like 1,500 on these 2 and just hope it's enough to get one of them. That is probably what I'll do. Okay, we got, oh my God, the ACC is bad. We're number 4. There's 5 undefeateds. Army. We're behind Army, and they don't even play a game. We need Georgia to lose. Wow. There's no way Army gets in over us. That would be absolutely insane. Okay, we're just going to sim this game. We destroy them. Like, it's not our fault that everyone sucks in our conference. We're going to sim this Georgia-Bama game. Georgia wins. We need Wisconsin to beat Michigan. No, they get killed. So this is going to be probably our 2nd time missing the natty when we're undefeated. But you never know, I guess. But like, we beat 1 ranked team. There's just not good enough people in the ACC. And there was 5 freaking unbeatens. Crooks, we get 5th in the Heisman. Yeah, we're in the Orange Bowl. 13-0. So it's Michigan, Georgia. I mean, I can't be too mad at it when it's 2 blue bloods like that who've definitely played harder schedules and they're both undefeated. If Army would have got in and we didn't, or Tulane, then I would have really lost my shit. But we didn't even really have any hiccups. What was our closest game? Like, look at our margin of victory. Our closest game was probably UNC 31-17. Otherwise, we demolished teams, but we just didn't play many good teams. They didn't really either. They played a 24 and a 16. They were 7 points above Florida. Like, yeah, it wasn't like they played a murderer's row. Same with Michigan. Michigan played one ranked team or two with Arkansas, and they blew everyone else out as well. So if we win this Orange Bowl game, guys, I'm not going to give us both split national championships in 02 and 07, but both were undefeated seasons. I'm going to call it about even and say we got 2 splits, which equals 1 full. And then we do have 1 actual full, but like this will be, if we win this game, I'm just going to sim through it. This is a shitty team too. If we win this game, that gives us 3 undefeated 14-0. You know, we did everything we could seasons, which I'm pretty happy with. Yeah, 4 and 7, or no, sorry, that's 3 and 7 seasons. Yeah, we get a 38-6 win. I'm guessing Georgia beat Michigan. Georgia looked very good. Crooks beats, wow, 51 touchdowns for Crooks. Hayward Bay was great. We win another Orange Bowl. We are 14-0. We've won the ACC every year and won the Orange Bowl every year except the 1 year we won the Natty. That's crazy. So, oh, Michigan won. Michigan upset Georgia, in my opinion, by 3 points. Wow, crazy. So we finished 4th somehow behind Army and Tulane. Give me a break. We already know Heisman. How many All-Americans did we get? We get Crooks, Hayward Bay, Booth, Long, Espinosa. Oh my goodness. Cedric Thompson, Michael White. That was just first team. We get Mike Brown on the O-line on second team as well. Freshman, Percy, Pouncey. Both Pouncey's got it. We only got one of them. Matt Davis. And then Thompson. Thompson was a first team All-American, I think, as a freshman. Wow. I guess he had 4 INTs, but wow. So we might got a stud on our hands there. So Crooks led the country in passing. Hayward Bay was 4th in receiving. Calvin Johnson, Deshaun Jackson led the country. So Crooks was right there with Jamarcus Russell. He was basically just as good. He didn't throw for quite as many yards, but we ran the ball really well this year. 2 1,000-yard rushers with Hayford and Rice. 10 and 16 touchdowns. Crooks isn't a huge running threat, but honestly, we got to start Crooks next year. Hayward Bay, really good year, 1,200 yards, almost 16 touchdowns. Like, I think we are going to be a much better team next year, guys. We really don't lose much of anything. TFLs, Long, Espinosa, INTs, Michael White, and Thompson. Flexions, Mike White, Kenny Phillips. There we go. Let's see how Percy did as a returner. Yeah, decent. No kick return touchdown, so. Okay, let's look at team stats. We finished with the 2nd best offense behind Tulane. Number 1 scoring offense. Defensively, we were 4th in total yards. And we were tied with Georgia for the best. So we were, yeah, like we had the best scoring offense, tied for the best scoring defense, and went 14-0. There's literally nothing else we could have done that year. So, yeah, you guys sound off in the comments how you think I should treat those 14-0 seasons like that. And we got some big recruiting this year. So look at our record, guys, here. You can go over. Look at this. This is where we got hired. 13-1, 14-0, 13-1, 12-2, 14-0, 13-1, 14-0. ACC champs, ACC champs, ACC champs, ACC champs. Orange Bowl, Natty, Orange Bowl. Like, we're 93-5, 26-2 versus the top 25. Like, I actually have more losses versus non-top 25 teams, which is kind of crazy. 7-0 in bowl, 17-0 versus our rivals. We are off to a start. 17-0 versus our rivals. Never lost to Florida State, UNC, anybody. Okay, let's see if we have anyone trying to leave early. Who declaring? Kenny Phillips, you do not want to leave, bro. Okay, Kenny, that's big. Montgomery, come on. There we go. Look, these are our only people we're losing, guys. We are about to be an absolute freaking wagon. We're losing a 95 safety, a 93. Oh my goodness. We are about to be absolutely incredible next year. I guarantee it. Let's see if we got any transfers. No. Recruiting. We are in some battles, but we have our sights set on 2 men. Tyron Smith. You're trying to get him from California to come across the country to the U. This would be a humongous pickup. To get him and Pouncey in back-to-back years. Remember, a few years ago, we just lost out on Trent Williams. This would make up for it. And then Patrick Peterson come to the U. We had Antonio Cromartie a few years ago. You would be the new Crow show. It's us or LSU. We're going 6,000 points. We're going big time. Stay in the state of Florida. We're basically neck and neck with LSU. Is he going to, I was going to say, is he going to stay home? But he's actually from Florida. He went to LSU in real life, obviously. So that is our 1 and 2. It's us or UCLA. Then we have this Justin Garrison and Daniel Bard. I think I'm just going to go 1,000, or I'm going to go 1,500 points to both. If I don't get both Tyron and Patrick Peterson, I'm going to be pissed. So like if I could have just spent another 1,500 points on each, because like the rest of these guys, but I think 6,000's enough. I'm nervous about Peterson. I'm going to go 500 to Garrison less. I don't want to lose these guys. That's where we're putting it. Come on, we need Patrick, we need Tyron, and if we get one of the other two or both, that's just a bonus. Come on. Come on. Boom. Don't even care about the other two. We got the guys we wanted. I don't know if we're going to finish with the #1 class now because we were 4 short. We missed Garrison by 75 points. Baird, we got blown out. Oh, I cleared on Peterson. I absolutely cleared. So LSU was barely spending on him. So I could have got this Justin Garrison. Who knows how he would have turned out, obviously, but that's fine. We got a good recruiting class. We got 3 studs. We got the 3rd. Wow. We're #3 recruiting class, but we got Marcel Darius, Patrick Peterson, and Tyron Smith. Where is Tyron? Oh, right there. Somehow he's all the way down there at the bottom of the 4 stars. But Ohio State. Actually, let's just look at some of the top players here. So we got Darius, the #1 player in the country. Courtney Upshaw went to Auburn. Andrew Luck went to Bama. Huge get. Texas gets Julio Jones. Oh, that hurts. Terrell Pryor. So they get the top 2 quarterbacks go to Bama. We get Patrick Peterson. Marvin Jones goes to SC. Blaine Gabbert. Janoris Jenkins goes to LSU. So that's why LSU wasn't going hard at Peterson. They had already locked in Janoris Jenkins. Kelsey going to Ohio State. Taquan Bowers, Georgia. Blackman, Texas. Kendall Wright, Ohio State. Mark Ingram, Michigan. EJ Manuel, UNC. Michael Floyd, LSU. We get Tyron. LaMichael James goes to Bama. Ohio State gets Kyle Rudolph and Barrett Jones. So was Ohio State the #1? Yeah, Ohio State, Bama, then us. So now our recruiting, we've got our last 4 years, we went 1, 1, 2, 1, now 3. Gonna go to position changes. Only 1 big athlete. Play him at wide receiver. So we're gonna kick our guy who we kicked out to left tackle back into guard and let Tyron play out on the outside. Rest of the O-line, I think we can just let kind of roll. So what we're actually going to do here, I was looking, our free safety, if we move him to right outside linebacker, open it up for Eric Berry, he's going to be a 92 overall linebacker that can play for another 2 years on that side. Still have a lot of safety depth. So yeah, that is what we're going to do with position changes. Okay, so here we are at the start of the next season. Just going to quickly look at our roster before I make the next recruiting class. And you can see already, like, way more 99s. I think we had 2 99s last year. We look really good. And I already seen we have a quarterback battle on our hands. Locker looks just better on paper. He's faster. He's got a little bit worse awareness. Way better ball carrier. Basically the same throw power. Locker's a little better. Little bit worse throw accuracy. Cam, we're going to let sit this year. Went up to a 91, but like it's going to even be hard for him to ever overtake Locker. Locker improved so much last year. So yeah, it is just going to be kind of interesting who we decide to go with. I think it's going to be hard not to go with Crooks. He never lost last year and he played so well. Ray Rice, obviously a 99 overall. We got some young running backs in behind him, all growing. Wide receiver, we are studded up. We have sophomore already 99 Percy Harvin, junior Darius Hayward Bay 99, We got senior Vince Bryant. We got this Montgomery, a senior, 96 with 99 speed. Then we got a redshirt freshman, Des Bryant, coming up as well with a bunch of other depth. Crazy. Tight end, we have a really nice sophomore. We have some okay younger guys, but we got to get another recruit in. O-line, we got Tyron Smith, freshman, coming in. We got this Marcus Brown, but we got some good young guards kind of coming up. We got Marquise Pouncey, obviously, on the inside, a nice set center behind him. We got this Johnson Silva in behind him, and a really nice right tackle who's only a sophomore. So really good O-line coming along. Senior DN Chris Long, kind of our best defensive player probably this year. We got Ricky Morris and Carlos Dunlop rush from the other end, and this Brown as well. Espinosa, who's been really good. He's played a lot already, only a junior, 96. Marcel Darius as well, and then Lamar Butler, and then some young freshmen that we got in this year. Patterson, a senior with another senior in behind him. Cushing, a junior with a senior. We have a lot of old linebackers. We got to get some young blood in the door for sure. They're all upperclassmen, so that's going to be a must-do. We got Matt Wilson, who was an All-American last year. We got Cedric Thompson, who was an All-American last year as a freshman. So we got this Waters as well. We got Glover, who's only a sophomore. Like, look how young our corners are coming up. And then we got Patrick Peterson, who's, the freak of all freaks at corner. You're a single-digit player. Yeah, we're going to give you 7 like at LSU. So yeah, we'll probably redshirt Peterson, but there we go. Then at free safety, we're going to have redshirt freshman. This is going to be his first time playing, Eric Berry. We're giving you a single digit as well, my guy. We'll go number 4 for you. So yeah, we got Eric Berry and Peterson in the backfield together over the next years. We got Kenny Phillips, who's a senior. So him and Chris Long are kind of leading the defense. But on paper, this is our best team in a few years for sure. No reason we can't go undefeated again. Okay, I'm going to make the next recruiting class and we'll get right into it. All right, guys, so here we go. The start of the 2008 season. This is going to be the 2009 recruiting class. It's a pretty good one. Not the best, I would say, but definitely a lot of talent at some good positions. So let's just get right into it. Already made the recruiting class. Now, starting it out at QB, and we don't really need a QB, but there's AJ McCarron, who's from Alabama. He played at Alabama, and Derek Carr. I think I'm just going to go after AJ. He could end up being a good backup, or if we ever need him to start for a year or whatever, that's fine. Okay, then we got a couple of running backs. We got Trent Richardson, and we're actually first on his list. He's from Florida. He obviously went to Alabama. Then there's Eddie Lacy. We are not on his list. He's from Louisiana. We're definitely going to go after Trent Richardson and this Herman. We don't really still need a running back bad, so I think just going after those two should work. I never really go after fullbacks. I'm actually going to put some of these guys on my list, just one of them, just so we don't have that really shitty fullback on the team. Okay, then if we go to wide receivers, we got 3, and there's some good ones. We got Alshon Jeffrey, Josh Gordon, who went to Baylor. Jeffrey went to South Carolina. And then Tavon Austin, who were actually first on his list. Getting Tavon would be sick. We have Percy Harvin, so we basically go from Percy Harvin to Tavon Austin. That would be unreal. We'll go after Robinson as well, and Dunlap. Honestly, we really don't need the receivers super bad, so I don't want to try to go after too many. If we just got Tavon, just him, I'd be just jacked. No tight ends, no custom ones, so I don't remember if we've gotten a tight end recently. I might even have to go look at that real quick. Have we got a tight end? It's been about a day and a half since I last recorded the episode. Tight end, we got, oh yeah, so this guy's a sophomore. Yeah, so we definitely need some tight ends. That's definitely one of our positions of need. We have a good sophomore. 88 sophomore is really good, but we need some depth in behind him and some young guys coming up. Honestly, I might have to even go after this 5-star. Just maybe we'll get in on him. Okay, yeah, 6'6", 245. I like that. Okay, going down to offensive line. I think we have 2 offensive tackles. We have DJ Fluker, who we're not on his list. And we have Taylor Lewan, who I didn't think we'd be on his list. He's from Arizona. We'll go after Holy Cross. We'll go after Tragan. Honestly, I might just throw Fluker on because it's only showing his top 4 right now. We could easily be 5. He's from the South. So if we go down to guard, I think we have 2. We have Chance Warmack from Georgia. We're not on his list. And Gabe Jackson, we're 5th on his list. I'll add him up. I might throw Warmack on as well, just in case we're on his list and we can steal him. Centers, none of the centers really want to come here, so we'll just, and none of them are created, so we'll just we'll ship them. Okay, going down to defensive ends, there's only 1. There's Olivier oh no, there's 2, sorry. Khalil Mack, who's pretty freaking good from the state of Florida. Olivier Vernon, pretty freaking good from the state of Florida. He actually went to Miami as well. So we're 3rd on both those. Even if we got one of those, yeah, we'd be in a really good spot. Gonna go after those 4 DNs. Okay, D tackles, there's 2 nice ones. We got Sheldon Richardson and Fletcher Cox. I'm surprised we're not on either of their lists. Missouri and Mississippi, I would have thought we might be. I'm gonna add them both, I think, though, and maybe we'll be able to sneak in on one of them. And another 4-star there. Okay, our board's filling up quick. Okay, we definitely need some linebackers. So we have no outsides that are created. Not really super high on a lot of these guys' lists as well. Then we got 2 middle linebackers. We got Luke Kuechly and Manti Te'o. We're actually not on either their lists. Looks like Kuechly, Te'o. Yeah, it doesn't look like we're on either, so we're not even going to go after him. I would have loved Kuechly. Kuechly would have been incredible, an incredible get for sure. And we really need linebacker help, so I think I'm going to add this guy as well. Our board is really starting to fill up. Okay, corners, we have a pretty good class. There's Mo Claiborne. We're 4th on his. I'm going to go after Stephon Gilmore. We're not on his list, and we can see almost it all, so I'm not even going to add him. And then there's Dre Kirkpatrick as well, who went to Alabama. We're 3rd on his list. I'll probably go after him in this Douglas, and we'll call it there. Yeah, I'm filling up fast. I'm probably going to have to whittle this down a little bit. We have no created safeties. This 4-star, we're 1. We'll just go after him. Strong safety, a 4-star that we're 1. Okay, I got to whittle this down. Okay, we were able to get 4 other guys off the board. So we're going to go after this strong safety here. And that should leave us room with athletes. Ooh. So we got a 4-star, a 4-star. Ooh, this guy's 6'2", 278. I like going after the athletes that are a little bigger because might be an offensive line, D-line, even like a tight end. So I'm going to go after this Thomas Geschwind as well. So that's what our board is going to look like. Okay, we're going to go through redshirting now. Nothing at QB. Running back, we'll do Wood. Don't care about that. Kearney, only a sophomore. We'll do you, and we'll leave the other freshman. We can always redshirt him the next year. We'll leave our tight ends. We kind of need at least 3. Okay, O-line. We do have more depth this year, which is going to let us get away with maybe redshirting some guys, but still, it's not... we're a young O-line. We really can't be redshirting a ton. D-line, we're a little more safe. I might do Dunlap this year. Buy him a year. Let Chris Long and this Morris just eat. We have Trey Brown behind him. Sit Dunlap for a year. We got Marcel Darius is going to start for us, so we're not going to do him. We'll do this 79 buy a year with him. Really need linebackers, and we were not killing it in linebacker recruiting. So yeah, we'll do Russ Johnson. Peterson, honestly, it makes sense to sit him for a year. He's not going to play. He's our 5th corner right now, and we're really only losing Matt Wilson next year. So we're really nice at the cornerback spot. Free safety, Eric Berry. We're good at safety. We're really good at safety, honestly. Like, Eric Berry's a 94 freshman. That is crazy. Kicker, 96 senior, sophomore there. So that is our red shirts. Oh, right. We have Jake Locker and Crooks, but I like Locker, but I don't think we can not start Crooks. 5th year senior, went undefeated as a starter last year. I just think you kind of got to play him. If we go wide receiver, we got Percy Harvin, Darius Hayward-Bray, this Vince Bryant, Montgomery, Des Bryant as a freshman is our 5th wide receiver. So we are loaded. Tight end, like I said, I'd say linebacker and tight end, and are probably our positions we need to recruit right now the most. O-line, we're really young, so we do actually have quite a few young O-line. D-line, we're killing it. DBs, we're killing it. So tight ends and linebackers, that might be the two least important spots, so you can't really be too mad at it. Okay, got to look at our schedule this year. We're a B. I don't think we've had a B before. We'll go versus Michigan State. We got 12 Navy, 12th in the country. Tech, Florida State, Notre Dame late in the year. Okay, so not crazy hard, but it's not a cakewalk for sure. Okay, gonna look at our preseason polls here. We got Miami, #1 in the country. Georgia, though, 99 across the board, just like us. And they have been getting wicked recruiting classes. Michigan looks really good. A&M looks really good. UCLA looks okay. USC looks pretty good. Ohio State looks pretty good. Texas looks pretty good. Auburn looks pretty good. Navy, yeah, we should smash them. Bama looks like they've taken a bit of a step back. Clemson, okay, another ACC team. Penn State actually looks really good. Notre Dame, who we played late in the year, looks decent. What about Florida State? Did I miss them? There's no way they're that low. I don't think they're ranked though. Oh, right there. Sorry, I skipped 91. So honestly, we play some ranked teams, but we don't really have we don't have another super tough team that we have to beat every year right now. Okay. We are going to go through, just look at some of the big teams in the country. Bama taking a bit of a step back. They got a decent sophomore QB. Oh, and they got Terrell Pryor and Andrew Luck. So they could be right back in it in a few years. Auburn actually had a really good overall. They look okay. Clemson actually, I don't usually check Clemson because they just never end up doing very well in these sims. Yeah, they don't really look like they're scaring me, even though I think they had them at a 95 overall. Look at State. They got Michael Orr. Yeah, I don't know. They're good, but not on our level. Georgia. Ton of overall are 99s. They got 2 99 QBs. Who are they going to start? This Latimer or Tebow? They got Tebow for maybe the next 3, at least next 2. They got Steve Slayton, 99 running back, 97, 96, 93 receivers, but they haven't been getting that next really good receiver prospect. Okay at tight end, 99 left tackle with a 91 backup, 81, 82, so better at the tackles. Nice guard. Yeah, they'll probably just slide one of their tackles into guard. They got Justin Houston off one edge, Daquan Bowers off the other edge, Hayward and Marvin Austin in the middle. Linebackers, they look okay. They got young Brandon Spikes coming up though. Not great at corner. Earl Thomas at safety and Myron Roll at the other safety. So they're loaded. They might be as good on paper as us, honestly. They're the only team I think that's really recruited up to our level so far in the sim. Michigan seemed to have a high ranking. They got junior Mark Sanchez, couple of 99 offensive linemen. Nice middle linebacker, tight ends, wide receiver. What do they have at running back? Oh, they have young freshman Mark Ingram at running back. Navy, who we play. Yeah, okay. They're ranked 12th in the country right now. Not sure how. Carolina, they're okay. Nothing scary. Notre Dame, who we play later in the year, they're okay. But they got sophomore Russell, so we're going to have to deal with Russell, which not easy, but... Ohio State, good. They got Mario Manningham, junior Stafford, Beanie Wells. They're pretty good. Golden Tate. OU hasn't really done much recruiting wise. Penn State was really high overall there. Avante Davis. They're okay, but they had them at a 97 overall. I'm not sure about that. Texas, a center. Running back, have they been getting a QB? They got Atkins, AJ Gordon, so haven't been getting our real QBs, but look decent. A&M had a really good overall. Gerald McCoy on the inside. Tyrod Taylor. Is Tyrod starting for them right now? Tyrod is starting. Nice running back. Kenny Britt at wide receiver. So A&M looks pretty good. Arakpo 99 overall. USC, Jamal Charles and Deshaun Jackson, with Colt McCoy at quarterback. Imagine the speed with those two on the field at the same time with a senior quarterback. So their offense is scary. You cannot say a word about their offense this year except Like, and Deshaun's their only receiver, so I'm thinking he's going to put up insane stats. Defensively, they got Taylor Mays, Brandon Graham, Von Miller, Brian Beluga, Everson Griffin. So they're recruiting really well also. And that is really going to do it for the teams. I'd say Georgia's the best team us and Georgia best team on paper. I want to look at the Heisman really quick. We got Crooks, our guy, second in Heisman voting right now, behind our favorite, Jonathan Stewart at Washington, Colt McCoy at USC, Steve Slayton at Georgia. Let's look at the preseason All-Americans. Crooks, preseason, like we had to start him. Like Jake Locker looks really good, but we had to start him. Deshaun Jackson, Gene Monroe. We got Espinosa, only a junior. This guy's been absolutely killing it for us already. Wilson, senior corner. On the outside, if we go second team, we got Darius Hayward Bay, Chris Long, and Cedric Thompson. There we go. It's all our All-Americans. We think we have 6 or 7. Okay, now we're going to get into recruiting. Now, once again, we're going to go through here. I'm going to offer scholarships to anybody who we are number 1 on their board. Try to get some auto commits. We get AJ McCarron right away, who we didn't really need, but hey, we'll take it. Trent Richardson, and we get Trent Richardson right away auto commit. If we got Tavon, oh, I would have loved Tavon. Just going to go down the list here. Just starting with those 2, like basically 5 stars though. Take that. Got this 4-star D-end. Got a middle linebacker, which is huge. 4-star middle linebacker. That is actually massive. That is a massive get. Okay, so that like four auto commits right away. Okay, now I'm going to set up my board and then I'll show you guys what it looks like once it's all done. All right, so this is what the board is looking like right now. So Sheldon Richardson, Tavon Austin, and Khalil Mack are really my 3 number 1 players I want. If I can get 2 of these 3, I'll be really happy. Sheldon, we have the worst chance, but we're going to go for him. Then we have these 2 tight ends. One's a 5-star, one's a 4-star. I'm basically just going to see after this week, whichever one we're kind of gaining the most ground with, I'm just going to go in for him. Then we have a bunch of O linemen. We have 4 offensive linemen. We're going after Fluker, Terry, Henderson, Holy Cross. So we'll play it by ear with these guys, see where we kind of pick up ground. Then we have a bunch of defenders. So we have another D tackle. We have a middle linebacker, an outside linebacker, Mo Claiborne, the corner, another corner, a safety, and then an athlete. So that is kind of where we're spending our points right now. Warmack, Gabe Jackson, Olivier Vernon, Fletcher Cox, Kirkpatrick were the big guys I kind of decided to just pull back on. Okay, we're going to sim through the first week of recruiting right here, which is a bye week. Ooh, we lose that linebacker. All right, so first game of the year, we play the other Miami. Obviously should be a pretty easy game. Started off right with a 52-3 win. Okay, Navy, they ended up losing last week. If we lose this game, I'm going to be freaking pissed now. 28-3 wins. Our defense allowed 6 points in 2 games. Okay, we got Michigan State here. Should be another win. 63-7. So our team is looking very tough right now. We've allowed 13 points in 3 games, which is crazy in college football, obviously. Okay, so looking at recruiting, we're doing well with Khalil. It's us or Florida State. With Tavon, it's us or Florida State. With Richardson, it's us, Bama, or OU. So we're doing good with all those 3. I kind of pulled out. We had those 2 tight ends we were going after. I decided to kind of go all in on this one. We were just doing better with him. Fluker, I don't know. Hopefully we get 2 of these 3, but we're not like doing great with any of them, even though we're offering 700 points a week. So we're doing well with this D tackle, even though we're not really offering much. We're doing really good with this 4-star backer, good with this safety, decent with this other safety. We actually might have to offer him a little more because we're falling behind if we want him. Good with this athlete, and then some more like kind of filler guys as we go down. So that's what the class is looking like. We did actually get another commit from this 4-star athlete. So did get another commit our way. Okay, we have an 0-3 Pitt team. If we blow this, 51-7, we are on a freaking roll, guys. This is about as good of a start as I can remember having in one of these sims. That margin of victory is pretty astounding. We might have to go look at the team stats to really just get get a gauge on that. Yeah, we have the worst weeks available for buys. It's either week 11 against North Carolina, or sorry, for visits, or week 15. And I'm just going week 15 for like everybody. This might turn out to be bad. Yeah, really, because we just don't have any home games. So it's either really early or really late. And I'm just deciding to go late. Yeah, I kind of want to go look at just our team stats. Like, we're number 1 in points per game at 48.5. And defensively, we've allowed 20 points in 4 games. So 5 points per game. So we're allowing 5 points a game and scoring 48.5. A 43 point differential per game. Okay. We got UVA, who is 3-1. They're only an 81 overall, though. 63-14. So we just allowed almost as many points in that game as the rest of the year, but we still had about a 40-point differential. So this is a pretty crazy start. And we have our biggest rival, Florida State, now, who is ranked unless they ended up losing last week. Khalil Mack and Sheldon. What? We just lost Khalil Mack and Sheldon Richardson in the same week. That just destroyed our recruiting class. Got Florida State this week. They're 4-1. They're 91 overall. We might just hop in, watch a little bit of this one. They're our biggest rival. They're not ranked or anything, but 4-1. I mean, I'm kind of shocked they're not ranked. Yeah, I've never seen that when I'm in this screen. 51 points per game, allowing 6.8. 1-1. Look at the yards difference. We're getting 575 yards, allowing 215. Percy's injured. Horn PCL, our number 1 wideout. Just going to go through the first quarter here. We are up 7-0. We got a big 3rd and 15 on defense. Let's hop in and watch this. Our defense, so far, one of the best defenses of all time. If they keep it up and we actually get the stop where they're not able to pick up that first down. I would have liked if this would have been helping in recruiting a little more. Oh, they actually go for that on 4th down. Okay, our ball. Ray Rice, Crooks, 9 yards, Hayward Bay, Bryant. Let's go in the red zone here. Ray Rice with Crooks, trips to the top. Well, plenty of time for Crooks. Gonna drop it to Ray, who's gonna get tackled short. Gonna do a little hurry up here with Crooks. Clifton Crooks. Still never lost as a starting quarterback. There we go. 18-0. Gonna be 19-0 if he wins this game. It's gonna give us a 14-0 lead. 28-0. They score late in the half, but 42-7, 42-10. How could any recruit look at these two teams and want to go to Florida State right now over the U? I don't understand. We are their daddy right now. We own them. I have never lost in this sim a game against one of my rivals. Jake Locker comes in, has 2 touchdowns. Crooks 417, 4 touchdowns. Ray Rice 120 on the ground, 2 tutties. Vince Bryant and Hayward Bay. Hayward Bay had a great game, 143, 20 yards of reception. Just spreading it around. Montgomery had 2 catches, both touchdowns. Did we have any picks or sacks? 5 TFLs for Chris Long, 2 sacks, 2 for Morris. No ints on the day though. So once again, we just blow the doors off Florida State. I'm pretty sure that's just where Khalil Mack just went. Spurned us for Florida State. That's tough. I can't believe we lost both those guys in the same week. Okay, we got 1-4 Georgia Tech. Should be another easy dub. 63-7. Guys, I don't even think this is our most talented team on paper, but stats wise so far, this team is on a different freaking planet. I don't even know if I had in my Alabama sim. There was a point in my Alabama sim where I won 55 straight games, I believe. It was something insane like that. I don't know if I ever had a scoring differential like this. Okay, we got a tight end to commit. Fluker locked us out. I'm going to open the door with Fluker. Could honestly be a blessing in disguise when they do that if we're falling behind. Now all of a sudden we'll jump way up. Yeah, this is kind of where we're doing. We're actually in the lead on a lot of these guys, but we're not going to have those blue chip diamond level prospects like we had. We lost this Jake Wiggins, who I was actually kind of going big on. We're not going to have many of those. Like, we're going to have AJ McCarron, who's not really going to play for us, Trent Richardson, Tavon, maybe DJ Fluker if we get really lucky. So I think we're going to have nice depth throughout the class. Like you see, we're doing well with a lot of these guys, but it's not going to be quite the same. We got Duke, another shit team. This will put us at 8-0 if we win. And we don't even have a ranked team left. Man, the ACC is bad. 52-6. We're getting to the point where I might even have to bring someone in. Bring someone into the ACC. Maybe for the start of the third video, I will. For the third part of this series, because we're just not even playing anybody. And it kind of hurts us too, because if we ever lose a game, our strength of schedule isn't good enough to actually move up rankings. Okay, we got 2 other commits. Okay, Jonathan Stewart leading the way. Colt McCoy, Steve Slayton. For the Heisman season stats, Crook's 5th in the country in passing, but some of this can be, who's played. Some guys will have played 9 games or whatever. When Locker's been in, he's been incredible. Holy, 802 passes, he's at 85% completion percentage, holy crap. But Crooks has been really good. 208 rating, 21 touchdowns, 1 INT. Freeman's actually out touching Rice. That's super weird. I don't know why that's happening. Crook's doing a bit on the ground, but not a ton. Receiving, we lost Percy. Percy's barely played this year. Hayward Bay is our by far number 1 receiver, along with Vince Bryant, Charlie Diggs, Darius Hayward. Yeah, Percy, hopefully we get him, for the final stretch run here. 21 yards per reception and 4 touchdowns for Dez. So he's not getting a ton of work, but when he is, he's been incredible. Looking on defense, TFLs, Chris Long and Stewart leading the way. Chris Long and Stewart for sacks, 2 INTs. That's where our INTs are sitting. Any tutties, 1 for Chris Long as a defensive touchdown. That's forced fumbles. Pass deflections, Eric Berry is 5. Oh, so Tebow is starting for Georgia, and he's 3rd in the country in passing. What is going on with the Bulldogs? Okay, so Hayward Bay's 2nd in the country in receiving yards. Look at rushing yards. Jonathan Stewart has 1,700 rushing yards. I actually got to look at that. How many games has he played? What's he averaging a game? They're basically not passing. He's 218 attempts. 216 rushing yards a game. That is freaking insane. 7.9 yards a carry. He ran for 2,500 yards almost last year at 172. He's on pace to rush for like 3,000 yards. So that is something we are going to have to track through this, because I've never seen that. That is insane. Okay, we got UNC. Should win. No, that's pretty much going to do it on our natty attempt. Just because for 1-loss teams, we lost so late in the year, we're not going to have time. Tavon was visiting, so we might not get Tavon. Tavon does not commit. We get Bobby Wade. Oh, no. That sucks. Got a lead on Tavon now. Fluker, we're way behind. Like, we did go 14-0 last year, so that would have had to be like 28 in a row to win this undefeated. But like, that's going to drop us down to like 10 or something. Yeah, literally 10. We need Tulane and probably Georgia to lose. I don't think Georgia's losing. Georgia's a house. Just an absolute house. And then what? Yeah, I don't know. We're in lose to UNC at home. Okay, so Notre Dame, Vautech, North Carolina State to end the year. We're at Notre Dame. Who even knows? Did we have an injury? What just happened? I was talking us up like we were gonna be, this might be our best team of all time, points differential wise. And we just take L's back to back. That's going to drop us to like 20 in the country. We're 18. I'm kind of flabbergasted, if I'm being honest. Oh my goodness. My head is just spinning. Like, who could even got hurt? If our QB got hurt, we had freaking Jake Locker, 99 overall. Like, we had a few injuries, but nothing we couldn't recover from. All of a sudden, our dream season, we're just trying not to lose 3 games now. I don't even know if we'll win the ACC. I don't know what. We're allowing 39 points to Vautech. All of a sudden, our points per game is... Ugh. Wow, and that's how it goes sometimes, guys, in these. It looked like it was all in front of us, trying to go, back-to-back undefeated seasons. Literally, we went 14-0, one loss, 14-0. So we were trying to have one loss in 4 years. So, that would have been pretty tough. But, okay, we just got locked out by someone again. We get locked out by Fluker again. Can we even unlock? We can open the door on Fluke again. Big Fluke, I'm not letting you out of my sights, big guy. Us and UCF, dude. You really want to go to UCF over the U? Wow, I'm still just a little bit. We had North Carolina State, 49-17. I mean, yeah, we have no shot. I just want to keep our own Orange Bowl and ACC streak still going. We have won the ACC every single year of the sim, won the Orange Bowl other than when we won the Natty every year of the sim. So, and I think that North Carolina, if they're considered one of our rivals in, I don't know how Madden NCAA, codes it or whatever, but that might have been our first loss to a rival as well. Okay, so we have a bunch of guys in for visits this week. So hopefully we get some big time recruits. We have a ton of guys in for visits. So hopefully we get 5 or 6 to sign on the dotted line right now. So no Fluker, no Tavon, none of our top 4. We got Keith Jones and Tragan and Ian Jones. So we are once again going to go in where we're going to have our big boys. So I basically want these 4. But it's hard. Oh my gosh. There's some good dudes. I would have liked to at least get this Feld. Oh, we got 2D tackles. Yeah, I don't know. Tavon, we honestly don't really need. But am I not going to go try to sign frickin' Tavon Austin? No. Okay, let's advance to bowl season. Oh, no. I just switched Sim Pass Conference Championship weekend. Were we not in the Conference Championship? We weren't in it. Colt McCoy wins. We're in the Cheez-It Bowl. We didn't even make the ACC Championship game. Georgia's going to play Tulane and absolutely blow the doors off them. Who played in the ACC Championship game? Florida State, North Carolina. Wow. I really don't care about this Texas game. Hopefully we win so we don't finish with 3 losses. But wow, we didn't. That snaps our ACC and Orange Bowl. We do win, so that's going to put us at 12-2. Hayward Bay, most receptions in a season, most receiving yards in a season. Okay, so let's look at the top 25 final edition. We're going to come in at number 7. Tulane knocks off Georgia and wins the national championship at a Conference USA. Old Dominion gets second in the country. All right. Colt McCoy wins the Heisman. 3,200 yards. Not crazy. Jay Stu, 2,800 yards. Does that beat Barry Sanders? I think he was at 26 or 27. He had 2,600 yards in only 11 games, though, which is... So probably yards per game. Stu didn't catch him or beat him, but yards he did. That is crazy. Look at his last 2 years. Steve Slayton, Brad Bush, Timmy Tebow, first-year starter for Georgia, loses in the Natty, though. Look at All-Americans. We had Hayward Bay on offense, and that's it. Second team, we had our guard, and that is it. 2 All-Americans. We got Dez, Tyron Smith, Eric Berry. It's a pretty good freshman group. Okay, let's look at some final stats. So we got the second leading passer. Wow, where Florida State was throwing it around the yard. 3,600 yards, 39 touchdowns, 4 picks. Tough end of the year there. Freeman, Ray Rice at running back. We still have Ray Rice next year. We really don't lose a ton on offense. I think next year is really going to be our year. On paper, where we're going to be pretty freaking scary. We lose Chris Long. TFLs, Chris Long was our best defender. We do lose him, but we have a lot of guys coming up. So I don't care too much about this year just because it was disappointing. If I lose more than a game in a year, that's just pretty unacceptable. So we finish with the number 1 yards offense, number 1 points per game. Defensively, we're the number 1 total yards. Yeah, number 1 total yards, number 2 in points. So we're still obviously an elite team. We're going to advance to end of season here. This recruiting is going to be very interesting. How I try to do this, how I try to finagle it. Wow, what a just so technically North Carolina is not our rival. I know Florida State would be. I don't know who else is technically. We're 8-0 Bulls, 104-7. Obviously, like, we can't get too down on ourselves, but 2 losses is just too much. Anything more than a loss. If we don't win the ACC, I'm pissed, right? That's not good enough at the U. And we didn't win the ACC. That's it. Okay, we got some guys trying to declare. Guys, if you talk to them, they usually do not declare. Dunlap, you redshirted last year, bruh. Yeah, we can't have our tight end leave. Yeah, we got all those guys stay. Ooh, not you, Spencer. We actually could use you. But when they want to transfer, they are gone, it seems like. Oh, not you. Oh, no. Oh, no. So that was actually like hurting our depth. But so here's what we lose. We lose Crooks, Kenny Phillips. We lose our 2 best players on defense and our QB. These are our 3rd and 4th. These weren't even our starting receivers. We lose our kicker, a corner. Like, oh. We are going to be scary next year. I can feel it in my bones. Okay, recruiting. Here we go. Tavon, like I said, we need this Andrew Oliver. Like, low-key need. We do have a 1,000-point lead, but like, that's not crazy. I think we got to go like at least 4,000 to him. Tavon, just because he's such a freak, we got to go at least 3,000. But we just don't really need him. Like, receiver is probably the position we recruit the best. I want Fluker, big offensive lineman. Like, you just need to get these guys. At least 3 to him. We do have a 1,500 point lead, which is nice. Then I think we gotta go like 2,500 to Henderson and Felder. And just hope and pray. I really don't like this. Usually I just kind of go all in on 2 or 3 guys. We have a slightly better chance with Felder, so I'm gonna go there. I don't know. We could literally get none of these guys at this point. And then the rest of these dudes, just hope and pray that we get some of them. Okay, let's go. Oh, I do not feel good about that. We need at least 3 of those big guys. Between Austin, that tight end, Fluker, that guard, and the D tackle. Okay, we don't get Austin, goes to Georgia, but we get the other 4. You know what? And I did say Tavon was the one we needed the least. I'll take it. I'll take it. Tavon was always the one I felt the most confident in, but we didn't need him. Top class, we're going to finish with a pretty good class probably. We are the #1 class. Georgia had 4 5-stars. Tavon and Kuechly and Warmack. Nasty. USC gets David Carr. Okay, so we get the #1 class. Was not our best class, that's for sure, but we get it. Okay, now we're just gonna go and see just see where some of the top guys went. So we did get Richardson. It's always weird with the auto commits because we got the #1 player in the class and like kind of forget about it. Jeffrey goes to Wake Forest. OU gets Richardson. Josh Gordon goes to Nebraska. We get Fluker. Jarvis Jones, another D end. He goes to A&M. Mo Claiborne goes to Texas. Warmack, Georgia. Olivier Vernon, Ole Miss. We finished 2nd with Olivier, and we didn't even recruit him. I probably should have went higher on him. Gilmore, Notre Dame. Kuechly, Georgia. Khalil Mack. I can't believe he picked Florida State over us. That's bullshit. Derek Carr, that's a big get for SC. We get oh no, we didn't get. Georgia had a class, man. Georgia had a class. Manti Te'o, Wisconsin. Eddie Lacy, Vontaze, Washington State. Fletcher Cox, Bama. So yeah, it was a lot of the big guys. Yeah, so we did get the #1 class, which we like. Okay, we're actually going to kick Fluker into guard because we have Tyron on the outside. Actually, let's see what we have a good right tackle. So we're going to move Fluker into guard. And then the other guard over to right guard. We have Pouncey at center. Nice on the right side. That's where we're sitting. Okay, so that's going to be our position changes. All right, so here we are at the start of the 09 season. Just going to look at our roster really quick. Look at the 99s. Yeah, I knew this team was going to be really good on paper. Let's take a look. So we got Jake Locker and Cam Newton. Jake's going to start. I honestly thought it was going to end up being Cam. But look at the awareness difference. Jake, huge. Both are runners. Obviously, Cam's the better runner. Throw power, like accuracy, Locker's way better. So Locker's improved a ton. We have good young QBs in behind them. Running back, we got Ray Rice as a senior. We just brought in Trent Richardson, obviously. We do have some other guys who look pretty good as well, so we're all good there. Receiver, we're insane. Des Bryant went up to a 99. Look at our 3 receivers. Des, Darius, Percy. And then a bunch of just good young guys in behind them. But that's why I wasn't too worried about Tavon. We got this Charlie Diggs, really nice 10 end. We did get this Andrew Oliver, who was a big pickup. 81 freshman. That's really nice. We got sophomore Tyron Smith. We got DJ Fluker. Marquise Pouncey, only a junior on the inside. Bruce Johnson over at the other. Matt Davis, a really good O-line. Tony Johnson and Cornell. We got Carlos Dunlap with Trey Brown. So we have 4 nice defensive ends who we can rotate through. D tackles, we got Espinosa, who's just been a stud for us, along with Marcel Darius. Then some young guys who are going to try to build up. Outside linebacker, we got this Bobby Wade. He's not going to start, though. We got 99 Cushing. We got 99 Stewart. And then we got another. So all our linebackers are seniors. We got to get some LBs. That's our biggest weak point probably right now. Byron Waters, Chris Glover, Cedric Thompson with Patrick Peterson. But I think I'll probably play Peterson in the slot this year. Actually let him play, even though 98 speed. Damn. But yeah, so there we go. We got some other young guys who are bringing up as well. Free safety, Eric Berry, one of the best players in the country. Mosley or Jerome Merrill on the other side as well. And a bunch of young guys as well. What number? We got Peterson in 7, right? Okay, cool. Yeah, so that's where we're sitting, guys. One of our best teams on paper, bar none. Gonna make the next recruiting class, and we'll get into it. All right, so here we go, guys. We are at the start of the 2009 season. This is going to be the 2010 recruiting class. Got it pulled up now, so we're just going to hop right in. This is a good class, not the best, but, you know, it's a solid class. So we are going to go down. There's only one quarterback. It is Blake Bortles, but honestly, we do not need a quarterback. Really, we just got a 5-star last year. We have Cam, we have Locker. I'm gonna just pass on all QBs. There's only one running back. It is Marcus Lattimore. He went to South Carolina. He is not interested, and we are losing Ray Rice, but we did just get Trent Richardson last year. So I'm just gonna go after those 2 big 4-stars here, and if we get one, sweet. If not too worried about it. I'm gonna check fullback. There's none that were really on our list anyway. Okay, we are gonna go down to wide receiver. There's 4. There's DeAndre Hopkins, went to Clemson. He's from South Carolina. We are first on his list. We're gonna add him. We got Keenan Allen, who went to Cal. Obviously playing for the Chargers right now, still really good. He is not on we're not on his list, but there we go. We got Robert Woods, who went to USC from California, and then we got Justin Hunter from Virginia. He went to Tennessee. We are on hops. We're going D-hop as our number 1. Got another 4-star here. Got another 4-star we're second on. So honestly, like, should we maybe just throw Woods on? We're only 200 behind on Woods, so maybe we'll throw him on. We'll just see kind of what happens. We have no created tight ends. I feel like we just got a decent tight end last year. We got a 4-star who were 1. Got a few 3-stars who are 1. We'll just go after those guys for now. Tackles, we have 3 or 4. I think 3. So we got Central Henderson, who I believe actually went to Miami in real life, and I believe he was actually the #1 recruit in the country. Kind of a bust. Like, he was decent, but we're not on his list right now. We are on the number 2 tackle, who's not a created one, but then we do have Luke Jokel, who went to A&M. We are not on his list. Jake Matthews, who also went to A&M. We are not on his list, but we're actually high on a lot of the guys who aren't created tackles. So, you know, I like that. We're going to go kind of we have a lot of tackles on our list there, but hey, when we're high on a bunch of really talented guys, that's what I like to see. If we go down to guards, we have 1. It's Brandon Sheriff, who went to Iowa? I think he went to Iowa in real life. You know, really good guard. He was like a top 10 pick in the NFL draft. We're going to go for him. Going to go for this other guard. Maybe this Crenshaw as well. Maybe this 4-star. We're really filling up with offensive linemen, so I got to be careful. We have no created centers. We'll go after this 4-star. We're in first in, but we have so many O-line we're going after. I'm going to stop it there. DNs, we got 3. Maybe just 2, actually. William Goldston, Vic Beasley, I believe, are only 2. Yeah. So that's our 2. We're second on Vic Beasley. He went to Clemson in real life. Golston went to Michigan State. We're going to go after him. This 4-star. Maybe this other 4-star. Our board is starting to fill up, so I got to be careful. D tackle, we got Aaron. We actually have 3 D tackles. We're not on any of their lists right now. We got Aaron Donald, who went to Pitt. He's from Pennsylvania. We got Dominic Easley, who went to Florida. And we got Sharif Floyd, who went to... Did Sharif Floyd go to Florida? It's been a while on some of these guys. I'm blanking on Floyd. We're unfortunately not really high on any of them. I might throw Donald on, and we'll just kind of see what we can do. We'll see if we can sneak in there. Moving on to outside linebackers, we have one really good one, Anthony Barr. I would love if we got him. Got this Tony Henderson we're just going to add as well. Middle linebackers, we got CJ Mosley, who went to Bama. We're first on his list, and Alec Ogletree went to Florida State. We are not on his, but we have some good backers who are high, but we got to save room for the secondary. We have 3 corners. We got Bradley Roby, who went to Ohio State. We got D. Milner, who went to Alabama. And we got LaMarcus Joyner, kind of a safety corner hybrid. And he went to Florida State. We're actually not on his list, which is a little surprising because he is from the state. We don't have a lot of room anyway. I'm going to go after those 3. We might have to drop some guys off the board. We'll have to see. Tyrann. So Tyrann's the free safety. Unreal player. I kind of want to add him. And then Eric Reed is the other safety. So both from Louisiana. We're not actually on either of their lists. We'll have to see. Let's see. So other safeties, a bunch of 3-stars. We have no created strong safeties. We don't have one safety, strong safety wants to come here. Kind of wild. So we're just going to check athletes. We got some 4-star athletes. I'm going to drop a few just so we can get in on some of these athletes. Okay, I freed up some space. Gonna just go after these top guys. Oh, this guy, how far are we? He's a big 5-star. 6'5", 259. We're gonna go after him, just a big athlete. We're always going after big boys. So that is what our recruiting board looks like. It's pretty good. I actually had a hard time whittling down who to kick off our list. So that's actually a good sign on, how well the recruits are looking at us right now. Okay, gonna go through our red shirts right here. We'll do AJ McCarron, might as well. He might end up starting for us, by a senior year. Who knows if we don't get in good recruits. So we'll do Richardson as well. Fullback, don't really care. We'll do this Horn. We'll leave our tight ends, I think. Tackles, we'll leave. Do this junior guard. I don't know why not. Just buy a year. We'll do Tyron Hill as well because he might start after Pouncey leaves for a year. We'll do this sophomore with Silva, and that's it. D ends, nothing. D tackles, we'll do Felder. Linebackers, Brian Miller might start for us next year. We definitely would like to get some linebackers in. Corners, we're all through. Yeah, secondary, we'll do this Keith Jones. And yeah, that's where we sit. So we are going to start Locker over Cam. Wide receivers, look at our top 3. That is scary. That is legit cracked. Corner, I want to make sure our kick return. Let's do Percy. He's going to be our starting kick returner. For corner, I'm going to start Patrick in the slot over Glover. I want to get him on the field. Our linebacking core this year is sick. We're going to start Mooney outside there. Yeah. So that is what our depth chart is going to look like. Custom schedule. We are a C-. This might be the worst schedule on paper we've ever had. I would schedule a hard game for early in the year. You know what? Should we? What about Michigan State? Go Bama. Should we just go say screw it and just go try to beat Ohio State? Ohio State can come to us. Our schedule is so bad. We're gonna take on number 1 Ohio State early in the year and freaking take it to them because we're you and we don't give a shit. Okay, there it is. Recruiting done. Red shirts done. Well, recruiting board done. So we're going to go through the preseason polls. So we already seen Ohio State's number 1, but they're actually only a 93 overall. USC looks very good, 99. Georgia is going to be incredible. Georgia's going to be really freaking good for a long time in this sim. Michigan A+, us A+, Tulane falling off. And even they won the Natty last year, actually, technically Tulane. A&M looks really good. Bama looks good, 97. Nebraska looks decent, Texas looks good. Those probably will be the other like A+ teams. Clemson's having a bit of a bounce back, getting in the A-minuses. They got to win some games though. Okay, we'll look at the Heisman watch. Tim Tebow at Georgia, first in the Heisman. Tyrod Taylor at A&M. That's a nice QB for A&M. Preseason All-Americans. We got Timmy Tebow. We got DHB. And that is it. We got one first team. And we got Pouncey and Davis on defense. So not a ton of respect for the boys right now. The boys from the U. We did lose 2 games last year. So yeah, I mean, I would say us and Georgia are the 2 best teams. Us for sure. We are the best team by far on paper this year. We need a W. We need a championship. Okay, now we're going to go through recruiting, and we're just going to do the Saban factor where we're going to offer recruits who we are the #1 school for, and we'll get some auto commits, hopefully. Usually I get 3 to 4. So we're just going to go down, and anybody who we are first on, we are just going to offer. And we get DeAndre Hopkins, 5-star NFL borderline Hall of Famer, day 1 auto commit. That is huge. That's just great because now I don't have to offer. I don't have to get in a bidding war offering 700 points a week for DeAndre Hopkins. We just got him locked in. Victor Watson, a couple of these tight ends would be nice. Okay, got a few offensive linemen. I'd like to get at least, okay, we get Paul Brigham, a 4-star, 6'6", 293-pound offensive tackle. Oh, I didn't mean to offer to that guy because we were in second. So those guys, we were all second, third. We're not going to offer. Back to first, we're going to offer. Oh, this guard, he's a 4-star, but... And we get a center. So we already locked in 2 offensive linemen and a wide receiver. 4-star Zach Smith, one of the best centers in the class. Okay, we get a 4-star athlete, 6'6", 267, so a big boy. So that is our 4 auto commits. We get a 5-star receiver, 2 big offensive linemen, and an athlete. So that is a really nice start to recruiting. I'm going to make my board, and then I'll show you guys what it's looking like. All right, so this is what the board is going to look like to start, and we are going really stars and scrubs right now. There's 6 guys who I'm kind of all in on. If I can get 3 to 4 of these guys, for sure 3, I'm going to be super happy. So Aaron Donald, who we're kind of way behind on, but we're going to give it a go. We got Anthony Barr, who I would really love. Tyrann Mathieu, we're a little further behind, really would like. Brandon Sheriff, we're right in the mix there. Big offensive guard, really into. CJ Mosley, we're actually #1 on his board right now. Middle linebacker, we need linebacker help, would love him. And then D Milner. I'm always going to go DBs and offensive line just because you can start 4 and 5, right? Or even with a nickel 5 of them. So you always need a lot of offensive line and DB. So I'm going there with the studs. Then we got some offensive linemen, 3 tackles there, couple of linebackers and an athlete. So that's it right now. Only going really after 12 guys. We already signed 4, and I can always sprinkle in some 3 and 4-star depth players as we get further through the year. But I always want to try to nail down those 5-star big time players, and then we can fill in the rest. Okay. So we got Tennessee week 1, like a big school, 86 overall. They're not a scrub for sure. So we got to be ready. We're just going to sim through week 1. Okay, we get it done. 42-17 win. Tyrann Mathieu, he's an auto commit to Georgia. That freaking hurts. We might have missed a few auto commits. Oh, maybe not. Okay. But damn, that sucks. So Donald, we got a little bit of ground on him. Definitely we picked up steam with Barr. I think we're doing all right with Sheriff. We fell behind with Mosley. We're going to go back up 7. We're going to go back up to 7 for D and CJ. Offensive lineman, we're falling a little bit behind. Okay. I think we're going to get rid of this Joey Bates. He's dead set on Florida State. We're instead going to go more for this Derek Blanchard. Ooh, and actually we get an auto commit right there. We jumped into the lead there, so then I was able to offer his scholarship. He's able to, or he's going to commit. So that is huge. We've already got 2 offensive linemen. We're going to kind of go heavy on this Chris Curtis guy. Outside, ooh, we fell way behind on Tony Henderson. We're doing well with this guy. We're just going to hold serve. Going to add some more to this athlete. I think I'm going to add Robert Woods. We didn't even give him any points last week, and we are only 170 points out from the lead. So I'm actually going to go after him. He's a big 5-star. Might as well. That hurts about Matthew, though. Georgia just kills it, man. They're the only school that can hold a candle to us in recruiting right now. They do well. Okay, we got an FCS school here, 49-10. Okay, so we got Ohio State still in number 1. We are the better team on paper. They're only 93 overall. We got them at home. This has got to be a W, but we are going to watch it. So we're 8th in scoring, 13th in defense. They're allowing 38 points per game right now. They maybe only played 1 game. I don't freaking know. But we should clean these guys' freaking clock. We're the best team in the country. They're ranked number 1. The Ohio State. They're coming to the U, and they're going to see speed. Darius Hayward-Bay, Percy Harvin, Eric Berry. Mass up front that is going to cave your face mask in. Brian Cushing, Carlos Dunlap. 2 QBs, Jake Locker, Cam Newton, who can run you over, pass. They're in for a long day. I don't care what anybody says. We got Jake Locker. We got a 2nd and 6. We got a 3rd and 3. Let's see what the U gets done on 3rd and 3. We got Jake Locker in. We got an empty look here. Trips to the top of the screen. Big Jake Locker drops back, finds his man over the middle. Charlie Diggs. I think that's our big tight end. He's already really good. So there we go. Now we're doing a little hurry up here. Jake Locker, 2 for 2. Staying in empty here. This is a scary empty. Good tight end with Harvin, DHB, and Des Bryant. Out to the tight end once again for 8. Gonna stay in hurry up here. Give me something to Percy. Lord have mercy. It's Percy. Gonna motion our tight end across the field. Still in this empty look. Just spreading out Ohio State. There's Des Bryant right there. 88. They cannot handle our Florida speed. The speed we are gonna bring to the table, it's just too much for them. Here we go. Ooh, a little QB draw with Locker, and he can run the football. Do not get this twisted. This guy's a running threat, and we are not letting this Ohio State team breathe. We are going hurry up, empty, in your mouth, and going, boo. Okay, I would chill on the QB's draws and hurry up now. Let's go 3rd and 3. We're still going hurry up. This is where I wish I could, like, when it's a super sim, I can't tell it anything. Like, I can't even call it timeout. I think I can pause, but that's it. So here's a big 3rd and 3 call. Drops back, finds a little out route along the sideline to DHB. There we go. What a start there for Jake Locker. And there it is. Next play, touchdown. We're up 7-0. Gonna go to the end of the quarter here. Ooh, and they answer back. So they had a nice drive to answer back, but it's 14-7. We went right down and scored again. 21-7, 28-7, 28-14, 35-14 at half. Number 1 team in the country, my ass. 2nd and 12, 3rd and 8. Let's see what our defense can do here. Big 3rd and 8 call. We got Eric Berry. We got freaking Patrick Peterson on our back end. Good luck passing the rock, and they're actually able to complete it there. That's going to be a 1st down. Okay, we got another 3rd and 3. Let's see what our D can do. Big 4-man front. Marcel Darius on the inside. Carlos Dunlap at like 6'6". Oh, there we go. Oh, my. That was Patrick Peterson came and destroyed the running back. They went for it on 4th down, though. He's playing nickelback for us right now, and Patrick Peterson just decleated their running back. My goodness. Okay, they're going empty themselves on 3rd and 8 here. Drops back. They're trying a little tunnel screen, and we read that, and no way. We sniff it out. No chance. 4th and 8. They're going to kick a field goal. Okay, they actually stopped us. Okay, if they score here, 4th and 11, they're going to kick a field goal again. So we're still up 15. Our offense has got to do something here, though. And we punted away again. If they get a touchdown here, we got ourselves a real ball game. 2nd and 9, 1st and 10, 2nd and 14. We got a 3rd and 13. Oh, it's our offense. How did we get the ball? We must have picked them off or something. Okay, we are on 3rd and 13. A little tight look here. We got Locker and Ray Rice in the backfield. Locker drops back, fires a dot in to Des Bryant. What a play. 131 and a tutty for Dez. We're going hurry up once again. We got a 15-point lead, 6:35 left. Few first downs, and we can ice this one. Trips to the bottom. Locker drops back. Sets up. Time to throw. Hits. Lord have mercy. It's Percy Harvin. Jake Locker. That's 70 yards on the day for Percy. Jake's at 308 and 4 touchdowns, 1 pick. Trips to the bottom once again here. Ray Rice beside him, but we're going to pass the ball. Jake going to the outside. Percy Harvin once again, and he truck sticks someone on the way to the first down. That's 80 receiving yards so far for Percy Harvin. 318 passing for Jake. We got Dez and Percy Harvin in the slot here at the top of the screen. That is just absolutely terrifying. But we're going to swing it down to Ray Rice, who gets pushed out of bounds for no gain. We are still going hurry up. We really like our hurry up at the U. We want to get these Florida athletes. Like, you can't handle our speed. Now, we're not even going to give you time to breathe, and you have to run with us. Good luck. Locker drops back. Oh my God, Locker gets picked off. That's a pick 6. Jake Locker, pick 6. We got ourselves a ball game, folks. 2-point conversion, good. They are down 7. Wow. Locker, pass for 29, pass for 25, pass for 8, 7-yard rush by Percy. And we fumble. We just went through them like a knife through butter. And we fumbled. We have 3rd and 10 here. We fumble. 2 late turnovers by the U. Okay, defense, we need you. They're trying to draw. And we stop them for a yard, maybe. Are they going to punt this football? Maybe. I mean, you kind of got to. Yep, 9-yard return. Locker sacked. 3rd and 16. What happened, offense? We get down to the 1-yard line. We fumble. Now we get 3rd and 16 here. This is looking like a running set. I'm not running this ball. Doing play action, Locker. A wheel up the sideline to our fullback, Leroy Williams. That's a name I didn't expect to be calling, but there we go. Leroy up the sideline. That is massive. 3rd and 16 in this I-form look. Okay, now I want to run the ball. Ray Rice, ooh, he's going down for a loss of 2. 2:30 left. We are up 7. We are probably just outside of field goal range. 15-yard penalty against the defense. 4-yard rush. We got another 3rd down here, but now we can kick a field goal. That penalty is basically going to do it here. Ohio State's down to 1 timeout. A first down is going to end this game. Ray Rice gets the edge, pulls his way forward, and we're down inside the 5-yard line. Ohio State has to call their last timeout, and that is going to wrap it up. A little closer than I would have liked. We scored a touchdown there with Ray Rice. A couple of turnovers really made this closer than it actually was. Jake Locker knee, and we knock off the #1 team in the country. Like I said, that game shouldn't have been that close. That pick 6 and fumble in the 5-yard line made it close, but we're the better team. We knock off the #1 team in the country. We didn't have to play this game. I booked this game to give us a tough game at the start of the year, and we got it done. Go look at stats. I know Dez had a nice game. Locker played well other than the 2 picks. 408, 4 touchdowns. Ray Rice, 107, 2 tutties. Nothing else really running the ball. Receiving, Dez and Percy were our big guns. DHB did have 2 touchdowns, though. Crazy thing, I think DHB is a senior. I think Dez is a junior. Is Percy a sophomore? Like, they're young. Okay, so we knock off the Ohio State. This should get us into the top 5. Yeah, that puts us at #3 in the country. Okay, we got Syracuse here. This should be a win. That's a little closer than we would like, guys. 31-28 against Cuse. Don't love that. Man, we just lost 2 guys right here. Robert Woods and Anthony Barr out of nowhere. USC and Michigan. We got Duke. Should be, okay, 62-10. That's what I want to see. Milner just committed to Bama. What is going on? We are just getting frozen out. And now we're literally locked out of our 2 #1 guys. I don't know what. We can't even get back in on Sheriff. We're too far. Oh my goodness. What is happening all of a sudden? That sucks. Okay. All of a sudden, guys, it is tooth and nail for some of these guys. I don't even know. We're doing well with the other dudes, but our big boys, we are straight struggling. We're really going to have to do well with some of these depth pieces. And yeah, I don't know. Getting D-Hop at the start was obviously massive at this point. That's not enough to make a class. I want to have at least 2 to 3 legit. And Georgia, guys, I did a little look at this. Georgia looks like they're going to have one of the best classes I've ever seen. So we just got to be prepared for that. Okay, we got 3-1 Marshall. They're a 79 overall. This should be an easy win. I was looking through. We don't have a ranked team left on the schedule either. Florida State, UNC are always 80-6. I don't know if I've ever seen an 80 on a sim. Maybe. I don't know when I've simmed through Bama or Miami all these years. I don't know if I've ever put 80 on a team. We need to go look at that. How are these teams spurring us and signing with Georgia and stuff? Yeah, Sheriff, you already locked us out, dude. I need Donald. If we were able to somehow get Donald, yeah, we fell further behind with Sheriff, so we were completely out with him. If we got Mosley and Donald, I would feel at least okay. 80-6. So Locker only passed for 315. And yeah, they had 6 touchdowns combined between Locker and Cam. Freeman and Rice. Yeah, so we didn't even have anybody with an insane stat day. Really, I was thinking maybe did we have some defensive scores? Like, how many ints did we have? We had no interceptions, no defensive touchdowns, no kick return touchdowns, no punt. Where did all the touchdowns come from? There's 6. I guess we ran. Yeah, okay. We did run for a lot. Just not a lot of yards. So I guess it was a lot of touchdowns, just not a ton of yards in that game. But anyway, 80-6. Okay, we got Georgia Tech. Just gonna sim through Tech here. 56-7. So now the team seems like we're rolling to shape here. And we got UNC Florida State back-to-back weeks. So not the best overalls, obviously, but you know, our rivals always like pretty good teams. Okay, we got a middle linebacker to commit to us. Alrighty, so we got UNC. They're only an 86. So if we lose this, I'm gonna be freaking pissed, man. At UNC, we get it done. Then we got FSU next week. Okay, FSU's 3-4. We're at FSU, but this should be a win. Oh, get it done. 50. We put 57 on their head. How anyone could pick Florida State over us at this point? They've never beaten us since I've been here. We started in 01. We're in 2009. They have never beaten the U. Who could pick their Khalil Mack and Tavon Austin? Okay, we got UVA. Gonna go through. Okay, this is gonna put us at 10-0. So we should go look at the rest of how college football is looking. I've been kind of getting into my own world here. We just lost 2 more recruits. I'm gonna show you guys recruiting a little bit. I haven't give you guys an update. I mean, it is honestly not going great, your recruiting. It probably feels like the worst recruiting has been. I don't really know what's going on. I'm just losing guys. Like left and right, they're committing other places. Okay, we just got 3 commits right there, but yeah, I don't know. Recruiting is not so sweet right now. Okay, let's go look around the country here. So we're number 2 in the country. We're 10-0. We look at the top 25. It's us and Georgia. I would love to play the Dogs. I want to play the Dogs. All these people are going to the Dogs. Let's go whoop their freaking ass. We're the only 2 undefeated. So if we win out, we will be in the national championship. That's it, right? Jake Locker beating Tim Tebow for the Heisman right now. Why are people not signing with us? Pissing me off. Okay, Jake, first in the country in passing. Not really up there for rushing. Harvin, 5th in the country in receiving yards. That's kind of it. Glover has 4 picks. Let's look at our stats though. So Locker, absolutely killing it. 2,900 yards, 37 touchdowns, 5 picks. Rushing, Ray Rice and Freeman just kind of splitting the carries, splitting the load. Both really nice backs, so I have no issues with that. Yeah, Locker doing well on the ground as well, adding another 33, 3 touchdowns. Cam, when he's been in, running the ball as well. Receiving, Percy and Dez just kind of splitting the way. Charles, this guy's good. This Diggs, big tight end. DHB, doing well for a senior, but it's the Percy and Dev show. And yeah, one's a sophomore, one's a junior, so they are both back next year with Locker. Yeah, Cam's only going to start for us for 1 year, which is kind of wild. Defensively, Stewart, Espinosa, QB sacks, Phillips, Espinosa, picks, Glover, Waters, Patrick has 1. No defensive touchdowns. Their forced fumbles. There's their deflection. Kick returns, none for Percy or punt return. Let's look at team stats. Should have the number one offense. Woo, by a big margin. We are by far and away the number one offense in the country, scoring 50 a game, 1,000 more yards. We have played one more game, so I'd say a good 600 more yards than Georgia. Defensively, Georgia's first in total yards. We're not on the list. How are we for points? Georgia's fourth in points. We're like 6th or 7th. So yeah, us and Georgia look like the two best teams. Is anyone going to stumble? I kind of want to look at their schedule as well. We have nothing. I don't like, the ACC just sucks. Georgia has no one ranked to end their schedule. That's the thing though. They've only played 2 ranked teams. Like A&M's a good team. We played Tennessee to start the year too. And we played the number one team in the country, Ohio State, and won. I mean, they're not even close to number one anymore. But I didn't know that. I just booked them. I didn't know where they would be. So there we go. We got Vautech. Just no stumbles. No stumbles. Vautech Pitt 49-7. That is how you do it. No freaking stumbles. Okay, we got this outside linebacker and a tight end. Okay, bye week. Here we got a tight end. Mosley and Aaron are still both up for grabs. It's us and Michigan. Us, Florida State. And then this athlete I want, Kansas State. He visits Michigan this week, and Michigan has a 1,000-point lead on us. There is a good chance he signs with Michigan right now. And there's obviously like nothing we can do. Whatever, it is what it is. If he doesn't, we got him coming in the next week with a chance to end it right there, or I can just literally go all in on the offseason. So I feel pretty freaking confident that if Aaron Donald doesn't commit right now, we will get him. We have Pitt. This could be our last stumbling block. Let's get through this game. 59-7. We wipe the floor with them. And Aaron Donald, please don't commit to Michigan. Come on, baby. Come on, Aaron Donald. Come on, Aaron Donald. Committed to Michigan. That sucks. This class is just, we're going to have a lot of recruits and we'll still have probably a top 5 class or whatever, but it is just not the class I thought we could absolutely kill it. I remember I had those 7 guys we were spending like 700 points on at the start. And I said, if we get 3 or 4 of them, I'd be happy. We might get 1. We'll probably get CJ Mosley. So yeah. And then it's a lot of not shit, but ugh. Like we still might get the number 1 class because we're just gonna fill it out a lot, but not the star power I was after. Oh, if we would have got D-Hop, CJ Mosley, Aaron Donald, I'm a happy camper. But we are undefeated, guys. We're gonna play in the ACC championship game. I don't even know against who. Last year was the only year in the sim we didn't win the ACC, so we are trying to, you know, quell that, snip that right now, win it right here. Okay, we got a bunch of recruits to sign right there. Mosley's our big guy in the offseason. Like we only have 3 scholarships remaining. It's basically, Mosley's literally the only one I care about. Literally. I don't even know. I don't care about any of these guys. Maybe this quarterback, give him like 2,000. I'm going to spend 20, like all of it on CJ. I literally don't care about anyone else. So our class is basically set. Other than CJ, looks like we might still end up as the number 1 class because no one else. I thought Georgia, when I seen they had Matthew, Central Henderson, and Bradley Roby, 3 5-stars right away, I thought they were about to put together a legendary class. Makes me feel a little bit better. We are playing Boston, 7-5, Boston College. This isn't even worth watching, guys. If we lose this, I'm ending the sim right now. 63-14. You're welcome. I would have ended it. I wouldn't have actually, but if we lose that, so we're going to be 13-0. I didn't even look who Georgia's playing if they're undefeated. I just am happy. We're 13-0. This is our 1, 2, 3. This would be our 4th undefeated season. We lose the Heisman to Tebow. He had 49 touchdowns. Only threw for 2,900 yards. We won another ACC. And it is us and Georgia. We are the 2 premier teams in the sport right now, bar none. Bar none. So the fact we're both undefeated and playing, this is what is supposed to happen. You know, this is it. 99, 99, 99 versus 99, 99, 99. Tim Tebow on the other side for Georgia. This is what it all comes down to, boys. Look at this. We are first on offense, first on defense. They are second on offense, second on defense. We're second in yards on defense. They're first. It is crazy. We are, bar none, put a fork in it, it's done. The two best teams in the country. Earl Thomas, Austin, and Tim Tebow versus Locker, Harvin, Eric Berry. We are better. Carlos Dunlap, questionable. You want him against Tim Tebow. But here it is. Timmy T on the other side against the U. We're trying to win our second, no matter what. Yes, we won it, national championship, kind of giving us two other splits, if you want to call them that, where we went undefeated. So could be in some ways our fourth, could be in some ways our second, depending how you guys think I should look at it in the comments. But here we go. The U versus the Dogs. We're going to get the ball first, and we have a big 3rd and 8 on the first drive. Okay, we got a bunch look to the bottom of the screen. Locker drops back, fires it down the field, hits DHB in stride for 22 yards. Let's go, Canes. First big play of the game gets us to midfield. Locker's under center now. Ray Rice behind him. Gonna do a little draw, and Rice is going down. That's Luke Kuechly. I tried hard to get Kuechly. He just stuffs us on that run. 2nd and 14, 3rd and 11. Harvin for 32. Locker, Dez, a touchdown to Dez. Huge first drive for the Canes. Let's see what they got. Tebow for 7. We got a huge 3rd and 3. That was Tavon Austin. Like, the amount of recruits they've stolen from me, I want to beat them. 4-man front. We got Tebow and shotgun. The lefty drops back. We pressure. Are we there in the flats? And we crush him in the flats. Punt us that football. I think it was Eric Berry in the flats. The U is here to play. Oh, and we got a big 3rd and 13 here. They are not a slouch on defense, but their corners. We looked at their roster preseason. They have an insane D-line. Their their safeties are sick. 4th and 11. Their corners are not great. If we have an advantage, it is there. Percy and Dez against, they have like low 80s corners. We are going to punt this football though. Okay, I'm going to go a little faster here. Go through the first quarter. 14-0 us. They come down and answer. After one, it is 14-7. We're going to go to half here. They tie it up. It is 20-17 at half. We were just driving on them. Okay, here we go. Start at half. Tebow, and they punch it in. Okay, so 24-20 Georgia, and we're going to punt the football. Avon. We got a huge 3rd and 11. This is massive. 3:50 left in the quarter. We got them. They're going to have to punt this football if we stop them. We only got 3 down. Are we going to blitz? Are we going to drop 7 on Tebow right now? Heisman winner Tim Tebow at Georgia. Beat out Locker for the Heisman. He's going to drop back. We're bringing the blitz. He's going to fire that quick, and we're going to come up and tackle. That's a great play. That's Patrick Peterson with the tackle. Punt us that ball. We are really trying to run the ball now. Ray Rice, 2nd, 3rd and 12. Let's see what we can do here. We are in the edge of field goal range. This is 3rd and 12. We got a little bit of a split close here. We're only putting 3 out on routes. He hits Percy about 4th and 1, a yard short. We're going for it. If you watch my sims, I don't really play ever. Sometimes on big 4th downs, when I want my team to go for it, I'm gonna hold the sticks. And this is a big first down. We have Diggs in the I love stick. Ooh, Smith is looking prime right now. I think this is man. Yeah, we're going to throw Smith right there on the out route. He's going to break a tackle, and we're inside the 10-yard line. We totally out-leveraged them on the wide side of the field, and we just fire that in. Okay. Oh, and we get a touchdown the next play to DHB. Locker to DHB. Whoa. I just accidentally called an onside kick, I guess, and had to call a timeout. So that's unfortunate. Okay, 1st and 10 here for Georgia. I'm going to watch a bit more of this game, guys, just because this is what it's all made of right here. They're going to go I form. They're going to do a little flip 9 and RD comes downhill. I'm getting fired up. I want to beat Georgia. I want to take home the natty. I'm pissed off that the recruits are spurring me right now. And there it is. We got 4th quarter, 3-point ball game. The 2 best teams in the country. 27-24. Peterson, huge stick on 3rd down. We got a massive 3rd and 6. Tebow's going to be in shotgun. He's got trips to the top of the screen here. He's going to do a draw, and we come up and fill. Let's go. Let's go defense. I'm loving our defense right now. Punt me that football. Now Locker's got to go to work. Ray Rice for 10. Ray Rice for 9. Ray Rice for 6. Ray Rice for 9. We got 3rd and 1. We were riding Ray Rice on that drive. Now we're going empty here on 3rd and 1 with Jake. What are we going to do, Jake? Oh, we're going QB draw. I don't love that call. I don't love that call. And once again, guys, I'm taking over. 4th and 2. I'm going for it. We're going to run stick again to the field. We're going to have Smith and Diggs here. We're going to have DHB on a little hitch. Oh, my. They got through in a second. I didn't even have time to drop back before Schneider was in my face. And now all of a sudden, Georgia is cooking with gas. They're going to score here. 2nd and 1, 1st and goal. Touchdown, Tim Tebow. That is where going for it can be dangerous. Okay, 1st and 10, 2nd and 5. Locker for 12. Locker to Diggs for 13. 7-yard rush. 1st and 10. Locker to Dez, and we're going to watch now here. We're going to watch the rest of this drive. Inside the red zone, 1st and 10. This is 4-down territory. It's make or break. Locker's going to drop back, get some pressure. He's going to try to tuck it and run. It is going to be 2nd and 17. A field goal really doesn't do us all that much unless it's going to be like 4th and 15 or something. Like, I'm probably going to go for it on 4th down. You know, being down 1, giving Georgia the ball and Tim Tebow with a chance to just ice it. Okay, Ray Rice going to bounce that, and the safety comes up and fills. 3rd and 16. And we're going hurry up. Jake, do you have a play in your right arm right now? We're going split close. We're going screen pass to Ray Rice. He's got blockers. He's got blockers. Down. 4th and 2. Georgia's celebrating, but we're going for this. We're going for this 100%. I'm running stick to the field again. We're going to keep our running back in here, though. DHB on the option. Dez backside. DHB right there. Sitting down. Touchdown. Darius Hayward Bay sits down versus zone. There we go. Jake Locker, his 55th passing touchdown. Extra point is good. We go up 3 with 2 minutes left. We're going to watch this drive. What has Tim Tebow got in his left arm? What has the lefty got? I don't know if we'll watch the whole drive, but I'll super sim some of it. We got pressure. We brought the blitz off the edge, and we were that close. They're probably going to go hurry up here now. Yeah, they do have 3 timeouts. We brought a safety corner blitz, 30 blitz off the edge, and oh my goodness, we were close. Okay, Tebow drops back. We're bringing another blitz. We dropped Marcel Darius, who was that close to a game-clinching interception against Georgia. Oh my goodness, we got 3rd and 9. They are 4 of 13. Our defense has been nails on 3rd down. What do we got in the tank? Tebow drops back. We're bringing another blitz into the blitz. Patrick Peterson gets the sack on Tebow. It is 4th and 17. They got to go for this. 4th and 17, national championship on the line. They're going empty. Defense, this is it. Here we go. Rushing 4. Tebow drops back. Has a man over the middle. Oh my goodness. Tebow just delivered an absolute strike. Tim Tebow for 32 yards on 4th and 17. Okay, they got split backs. No pressure. Oh, it feels like they're going to be able to kick a field goal now. out into Tavon Austin underneath. They called a timeout. Oh my God, I can't believe we gave up a 4th and 17. They got about 7 more yards till field goal range. Gonna hit the drag. He drops it. He drops the drag. Tebow was a little off with that throw. My goodness. Okay, here we go. Empty to the top of the screen. Okay, trips. He's got a guy on the little inside whip. He was short. Oh, he fumbled. Oh my gosh, he was short. That was Tavon Austin short. Ran backwards, came forward, then fumbled, but we didn't recover. Georgia uses a timeout. They're just about in field goal range. I don't know how good their kicker is, but maybe right here he could kick it. This would be like a 50. Okay, Tebow drops back, fires it, and that's going to be, yeah, they're in field goal range. Now we got to keep them out of the end zone here. They're going, hurry up. We're up 3. Timmy T directing traffic. 3 men. We picked it. Tebow. That's it. It's over. Tebow throws it into coverage and we win. He does what he did on 4th and 17, then does that. Wow. Oh my goodness. I'm going to take the kneels because sometimes our team will do weird shit and not kneel the football. Victory formation in the national championship in 09. This will be, like I said, either our 2nd and or 4th. If it's our 4th, we are cooking. 9 seasons, win 4. That's pretty crazy. This will be our 4th 14-0 undefeated season. So there it is. Wow. Tebow 4th and 17 went for 32 and then throws it to the underneath coverage. That is wild. We're just going to come out in ISO here. There it is. We win it. Beat Georgia. We don't play them ever, but they're my rival. They're who I want to beat because they're the other team. They're the only team that can recruit with us. They're the only team that can come out and say man for man they can play on our field. And I don't want anybody playing on our field. We're the freaking U. We're Miami Hurricanes. You know, we're the 90s, 80s Miami Hurricanes reincarnated. We don't want nobody playing with us, and we get it done. Look at Patrick Peterson come in on the sack. Tebow stole the Heisman from Locker. They stole friggin' Khalil Mack, Tavon Austin, Kuechly, all these guys from me, and we knock them out. 14-0. Win in Natty over Georgia. There it is. Look at the stats. I don't know if we had anybody have like a huge day. I mean, other than Jake Locker, 392 and 5 touchdowns. Okay. Ray Rice, 88 on the ground. DHB had a great game in his last college game. DHB, 5th-year senior, 110 and 3 touchdowns in the national championship. Percy had a really nice game. Dez was a little more quiet, but there we go. That's why we do these sims, boys, for victories like that. There it is. We are going to advance week. Ray Rice, most rushing yards over his career, 4,200. Most rushing touchdowns, Ray Rice. Jake Locker, most passing touchdowns in a season. DHB beats Andre Johnson for receptions. And receiving yards beats Roscoe Parrish. And receiving touchdowns. So DHB right now is the best receiver we've ever had. I just want to kind of look at his numbers. So, yeah, he didn't really have it. If he would have had... He kind of fell to our second receiver, our third receiver this year. So only had 650 yards. So I could see Percy or Dez actually ended up passing a lot of those records. But anyway, Jake Locker, 4,200 yards, 55 touchdowns, 300 a game. Ray Rice wraps up his college career, was super consistent. Was basically a 4-year starter, averaged 1,000 yards a season. Was always kind of a split-time player. But there we go. We do lose him and DHB. Locker back next year. Get it done. We got Cam back next year as well. We got Percy and Dez back next year as well. We got Charlie Diggs, who has a tight end, had 729 yards, back next year. We lose DHB. Like, our offense is going to be nasty next year. 16 and 15 for Dez and Percy. Defensively, we lose some linebackers. Linebacker is going to be our position next year where it's going to be a little ugh. But everywhere else, we're going to be freaking incredibly good. Stewart, Espinoza. We do lose a bit more on defense, but Glover and Waters. But we have a lot of young guys on defense that are going to step in as well. So I'm really not worried about it. Linebackers are one spot where I'm like, ugh. I don't know how great we are. We're going to finish as the number one. Look at our total yards. 800 more than Georgia. 50 points per game. We're one of the best offenses of all time. Legitimately. Let's go defense. Total defense, Georgia was the best. We're actually the best scoring defense, though. So Georgia had 500 less yards allowed, but we nutted up in the red zone and where it counted. So there we go. Oh, I also want to look just at All-Americans. I always like to look at that. Locker first team, Dez first team. What did Dez finish with? 1,016 touchdowns. Tyron Smith first team as a sophomore. Pouncey first team. Davis, who back next year, first team. All of those first team guys we had are back next year. That's crazy. We're gonna be good next year. We lose some on defense. Defense we lose. Offense, we don't lose shit. Percy, we have 5 first team All-Americans on offense. They're all back next year. And we have Patrick Peterson, who's a second team All-American as a freshman, redshirt. Fluker, Everson, for All-Americans, and Peterson. Okay, so that's going to wrap up the year. Going to be very quick in recruiting. Like I said, Mosley is legitimately the only person I care about. That's our record: 118-7, 20-2-0 versus our rivals, 9-0 in bowl games, won the ACC 8 out of 9 years. Can't be mad at it. If this recruiting would have went a little better this year, I would be over the moon right now, but that just pissed me off. I don't know how we were losing all those guys. Okay, yeah, so like I said, I honestly don't care about one other guy. I'm going 15,000 on CJ Mosley. 15,000, we're up 1,000. That should make it literally impossible he doesn't sign with us. We'll see, I guess. All right, so there it is. We locked down Mosley. We get a top 5 class. I don't know if we actually get the number 1 class. Top class, we lose out to Georgia. What did I say? I thought they were going to pull it out. They got Sheriff, too. That's the other one, Sheriff. Frick. So we lose to Georgia, but we beat him in the Natty. So who really won? Not you, Georgia. Let's just go look at some of the top recruits, see where they all went. So Georgia, they got the 2 best recruits in the country. We got D-Hop. Honnold, we almost got. Matthew, George, they got Keenan Allen too. Holy, look at their recruiting class. They had like 4 of the top 7 players. Lattimore, Milner went to Bama. Joyner, Ohio State. We got Mosley and Carey. Blake Bortles, where'd he go? Florida. Sheriff. Oh my God, Georgia. Screw you, Eric Reed, William Goldston, Dominic Easley, UCF, Vic Beasley, Georgia. Georgia's class was freaking cracked. My goodness. Luke Jokel, Penn State, Sharif Floyd, Penn State, Alec Ogletree, Georgia. Georgia again. Yeah, Matthew Roby, Keenan Allen, Central Henderson, Scherf, Ogletree, Beasley. Jeez. Okay, here we are at the start of the next season. We're just going to look at the roster really quick. And yeah, this is going to be basically as good as last year, I think. Like, look at our 99s, 98s. Like, we are loaded. So we got Cam Newton and Jake Locker. I'm going to have a hard... You got to start Jake. I think Cam might even be a tiny bit better than him this year, but you got to start Jake Locker. And then Cam's really just going to play for 1 year, and then probably... Like, I'd like to recruit someone better than AJ McCarron over the next few years, but we'll see. We got this Joe Freeman as a senior running back this year. Then we got freshman Trent Richardson and this Douglas. But Trent... Gonna split time this year and we'll start by next year. Receiver, probably better still than last year because these 2 are just gonna be better. But we got Dez and Percy. We got this Ryan Smith as just like a good possession slot receiver. Kearney coming up. Will Lewis. We just got DeAndre Hopkins, who's going to be the next guy in our line. We got this Diggs, who's one of the best tight ends in the country. We got this Andrew Oliver, nice sophomore, another nice sophomore coming in. Tyron Smith, one of the best offensive linemen in the country. Same with Fluker. Pouncey might be the best offensive lineman in the country. Johnson. And yeah, this is probably the best O-line we've ever had. We got Johnson, Dunlap, and Brown, 3 just 99, 98 the offensive ends. Got a 99 D tackle with a bunch of young guys coming up. Linebacker, like I said, is going to be our weakest point. We got Bobby Wade, we got CJ Mosley and Miller. We got this Merrill, the safety. We moved the linebacker, and Johnson. So we really only have 1 elite linebacker. Got Patrick Peterson, who's a sophomore, 98 overall. Glover, Thompson as our 3 corners. absolutely stacked. Honestly, you got to get some guys because both these guys are seniors. So Swain and Lily will probably play next year, but we'll have to get some more corners coming in. We got Eric Berry, only a junior. Dustin Johnson, we got freshman there. Okay, so we also got to get some our safeties, but we're gonna be really freaking good this year. There's our kicker and punter. So that is where we sit, guys. Unreal. Gonna make the next recruiting class now. All right, boys. So here we go. 2010 season, 2011 recruiting class. The recruiting class is already done, so we are just gonna skip right to recruiting. Now, this is a pretty good class. It's very offensive heavy. We only have 6 players on defense. Wow. It is probably the best receiver class we will see the entire time. Good quarterback, good running backs, good O-line, like just nothing on offense or on defense, really. So if we go through QBs, we got Mariota. He's the best QB in the class. He's from Hawaii. I didn't think he'd be making his way over here. We got Braxton Miller, super athletic, went to Ohio State. We got Teddy Bridgewater, who I'm kind of shocked we're not on his list. He's from Miami. And then we got Johnny Manziel, and we're also not on his list, but I think I'm going to go after Johnny. We do have AJ McCarron, who I think can be a reasonable quarterback for us going forward after we lose Cam Newton and Locker, but yeah. Okay, then running back, we have Trent Richardson, so this isn't a huge need, but there are some good ones. There's Devontae Freeman, who's from Miami, and we're not on his list again. I'm going to go after him. I don't really get that. And Melvin Gordon, who's from Wisconsin, that kind of makes sense. We're not on his list. We do have Trent Richardson, like I said. We don't really need running back, so I'm only going to go after those 2. Go down to wide receivers. Like I said, this is probably the best class we'll have. We got DeAnthony Thomas, who went to Oregon, super speedster. We got Devontae Adams, who went to Fresno State. Kelvin Benjamin from Florida went to Florida State. Will Adam. We got Brandon Cooks, who went to Oregon State. Sammy Watkins, who went to Clemson. And and Jarvis Landry, who went to LSU. Oh, and we should have one more. Okay, there's supposed to be Odell Beckham. OBJ is in this class. I don't know if I accidentally didn't make him. If somehow I'm just missing him, but no, I'm not. Okay, I don't know what happened. When I made Odell Beckham, for some reason, I made him a 1-star. I must have forgot to put his attributes up. So OBJ is supposed to be part of this class, but I totally screwed that up. I've never done that before in all the sims I've done. So we lose one of the elite receivers from this class, but there is a ton of other talent. So we are going to go after Kelvin Benjamin. I think we'll go after Sammy. And then we got 2 other, really highly ranked players. So we're going to go after those 4 and maybe this one other 4-star. And we're just going to call it there. That's too bad about Odell, though. Okay, tight end, we only have 1. It is Austin Safarian Jenkins. His name is too long for me to put the whole name, so it's Safarian Jank. But he went to UW in real life. It was a big time recruit at UW. Okay, getting into the O-line, we have 3 tackles. We have Lael Collins, we have Greg Robinson, and we have Cyrus Kuyanjo. He went to Alabama. How are we not on any of these guys' lists? Like 2 guys from Louisiana, they don't want to come to Florida at all? I'm adding both of them. I would love to get one of those 2. I don't know what is up with our recruiting right now. We're just not getting the big boys. Like, I feel like we're defending national champions right now. If we go down to guard, I don't know if we have any custom guards. And we're not really that high on that many either. Higgins, Ross, Monroe. We'll go after those guys. Maybe this Woods also. Centers, we have no created guys. We're already going after a ton of O-line. We don't really need that. Okay, we go down to D-end. There is one super duper star. It is Jadeveon Clowney. We're not on his list. He's from the South. I don't know. I'm going to add him. Gonna go after this Maurice Gray as well. I don't know why we're not really just high on a ton of these guys' boards. Like, we're defending national champions. We've lost barely any games over the last few years. We've got Timmy Jernigan, who's from the state of Florida. We're going after him. Another one, Stephon Tuitt. I just don't get it. I don't know if I just got super freaking spoiled by the Alabama one I did, where literally, like, it was like shooting fish in a barrel. The amount of guys who wanted to come to us. We have no outside linebackers. I'm just going to go for those. I might have to drop some guys here. We do have some middle linebackers. One is Ryan Shazier, and we are first on his list, which is huge. Well, actually, it might be just one. Yeah, he's the only custom real-life linebacker. So Shazier is one of the guys I'm going to go all in on because we really need some linebackers. If we go to corners, we have none that are custom. Luckily, we are high on a few of those. Then we have 2 safeties. We have Haha Clinton Dix. We're actually first on, which is huge. Quandre Diggs, we're not on his list. Strong safeties, we are not on any. Then we're going to go at athletes. I just want to see. Usually we do good with athletes, but I'm going to go get rid of a few guys so we can get in on some of the athletes. Okay, I freed up some spots for our athletes, and we are going to go after all those guys. So that is what our board looks like. I was a little disappointed on offense. I think defense, we did have a bit of a recovery, but I don't know. Yeah, like I said, I think I might have just been a little bit spoiled. Like, we are defending national champions. We've lost 2 games in the last 3 years, 3 games in the last 5 years. So, like, we're on a bit of a roll right now. Okay, we're going to go through our red shirts here. Going to do this freshman down here. Wideouts, we're going to do D-Hop. Buy a year with him. We'll do this sophomore as well. I'm going to do Andrew Oliver this year. He's going to be our starter for 3 years after this. We got Diggs, who's one of the best tight ends in the country this year. We'll do Blanchard for a year. Should I buy a year with DJ? Might buy. Nah, I'm not going to buy a year with DJ. Pouncey's last year. He's been an absolute super stud for us. Definitely going to buy a year with this Henderson, though. And we'll buy a year with Brigham. Left ends. We'll maybe do Golden this year. We have good ends, but they're all upperclassmen. 2 seniors and a junior. So if we could somehow get Clowney, I'd be very happy. We still have our super stud with Darius, and then a lot of young guys who are developing. Linebacker is definitely our weakest point this year. Mosley is going to start with it for us. That's kind of where we're looking like there. We'll do this Brown. Corner, we are at secondary. We are stacked. But once again, it is a lot of upperclassmen, especially at safety. There's kicker and punter. Okay. So that's where our red shirts are looking. Go depth chart. I don't think there's anything crazy. We are going to start Locker this year. Percy, yeah, that's fine. Dez. Freeman will start with T. Rich as his backup. Peterson, Barry. Okay. Yeah, all that looks fine. Gonna go through our custom schedule. We are a C once again. We do not have a ranked opponent until the last game of the year against UCLA. So once again, guys, I'm going to give us a tough game. We got Bama 8, Cal at 5, which I can't. Georgia. No, I'm not booking Georgia week 1. I'm sorry. Michigan. Let's go Michigan. We just played Georgia. I don't think my heart can handle another freaking Georgia Tebow game right now. The only thing with that is if we won, we would basically knock them out of the national title right there. So that upped us to a B-. Still a pretty easy schedule, but hey, at least I'm trying to make sure it's not the easiest schedule of literally all time. Okay, so we're going to do all our kind of preseason stuff. Look at the preseason poll. Somehow Georgia's ranked ahead of us, even though we beat them in the national title. So there we go. We're going to play number 3 Michigan. They're actually not that great. Like I said, I didn't know that before we booked them. They're only a B+, so we actually should win that. A&M looks good. Cal looks okay. Texas looks really good, except for special teams. USC looks pretty good. Bama looks just okay. Yeah, it seems like us and Georgia are kind of pulling away from the rest of college football. Texas A&M, yeah, I mean, USC, Texas, and A&M are kind of the other big boys this year, it seems like. Heisman, I'd say it's Locker and Tebow. Yeah, Locker and Tebow. Tebow did win it last year. We got second. So these guys were same recruiting class. We almost got Tebow. He picked Georgia over us. Pretty cool. Okay, we'll go preseason All-Americans. I already seen we have 8 of them. So we got Locker first team over Tebow. We got both our receivers, our center, his brother's beside him, but he went to Ohio State, our right tackle. So we have 1, 2, holy, we got 6 on offense right now. First team on offense and first team corner. Then if we go second team, Tyron Smith at left tackle and Patrick Peterson. So we got both our corners on defense. Then basically our whole O-line, our receivers, and our QB for first or second team All-Americans. Okay, gonna just quickly go through some of the rosters. Actually, there's one other thing. So I wanted to look at this. This is I never really look at this, but this is a 4-year outlook of championship contenders. We can kind of see it is literally us and Georgia 1, 2, for the next just however long. Like Michigan's kind of around, A&M's okay. Texas and USC and Bama are kind of the other big squads, but it is just us and Georgia 1-2, 1-2, 1-2. So that is really interesting to see. We kind of just have the two-headed monster of just talent. They're the only team that recruits with us. If it wasn't for them, the amount of more recruits I would have would be insane. Bama's got Andrew Luck this year. Obviously, they got LaMichael James. They got Terrell Pryor. Yeah, they have some other good players. Fletcher Cox, D. Milner. So they're putting together a team. They just don't have the depth or really even the high-end talent of us in Georgia. Clemson, just in the ACC, has not put it together. We're going to look at Florida State just because they are our in-state rival. They got a good QB this year. They got Khalil Mack, only a sophomore at 92 overall. They've been doing a good job with recruiting. So this is who we're going to play week 1. They have Gronk and Mark Ingram, which is big. The rest of their team is okay. They do not have a good quarterback. So I don't think Michigan's actually a top 5 team, but we booked them. I didn't know. Notre Dame, they got Russell as a senior. Some other good players, but not elite. Ohio State, Pouncey, Rudolph Wright. They're pretty good. Mike Smith, okay, but they're good. Penn State, meh, looks okay. The other 3 are going to be Texas, the Air 99, but they got Julio. They got a nice senior quarterback. Yeah, I mean, they're going to be good. They don't have that young, like, real-life QB coming up. Julio's kind of looks like their offense along with their running back. So they look good. I don't know. Like, they're just not where us and George are. We got Tyrod Taylor leading A&M along with Joe Hayden on defense. This team's look pretty good too, honestly. Really deep. So they're going to make some noise. And then USC was kind of the other team that could do work. Everson Griffin, really nice running back here. 99 speed, 99 excel at 223 pounds. So yeah, this guy could be a beast this year. Beluga, Khalil, Marvin Jones. Who'd they get at QB? Oh, they have Young Carr, so they're set at QB for the next 3 years. So that's what we're looking at. Is once again, I'm going to say it for a while here. The way George is recruiting, the way we're recruiting, it is a two-headed monster. Okay, we're going to go down. We're going to offer scholarships to everybody we are in first for and try to get some auto commits. And honestly, I was going after a lot of guys I was not first in. Holy, yeah, this might be, okay, we got a freaking 3-star D end. Okay, we got a 4-star D tackle. I like that. This is going to be a freaking battle. Oh, I wish we would have got Ryan Shazier there. He's going to be like one of my go-to main targets. We had a 4-star corner. Haha. Give me haha right now. Oh, haha. That auto commit would have been huge. Okay, we got a 4-star athlete, and that's what we're going to call it. So, yeah, usually we get about 4. That was 3 to 4 right there. Okay, I'm going to make my board, and then I'll show you guys what it looks like. Okay, once again, guys, I'm going pretty freaking stars and scrubs here. There's about these 7 guys I really want. Once again, I'm going to try to get at least 3 of them, hopefully 4. That did not work out for me last year. Last year, though, luckily, we got D-Hop as an auto commit week 1, which really helped. Yeah, so we got those guys. We have... So I'm going to kind of pick between Lael and Greg Robinson after this week. Just see who kind of... goes up the most, and we'll probably go all in on him, plus this guy, and then these 2 guards on the O-line, another receiver, another corner for right now, and then we'll just kind of fill in more as we go. But I'm going full on stars and scrubs. We got a bye week 1. We're just going to sim through them. We got number 3 Michigan, Jernigan, Georgia, Greg to Texas A&M. That sucks. That already whittles down 2 of our guys we are going to go hard at. So we're first Clinton Dix. We're in the running for Clowney. We're first for Shazier. We're right there for Sammy. I'm going to go all in now. Lael, we actually dropped way behind, but we're going to go all in. We fell way behind with this guy, but now we're going to go maybe not all in, but pretty close. Higgins, let's see if we... I would have liked to auto commit. No auto commits for either of those 2. I was saving my scholarships, so we jumped to 1 for those 2. And then these guys will go up a bit. Johnny Football, we're just going to call it. Yeah, that sucks. They got those 2 big 5-star auto commits. We didn't get any of our big dudes to auto commit. But if we could even get out of here with Clinton Dix, Shazier, and like Sammy Watkins, out of those 5, I would be very happy, obviously. Leal seems like it's going to be a bridge too far. Okay, so we got number 3, Michigan. We are going to check some of this game out. We are definitely the better team on paper, but you never know. So that's our top 3. There's Gronk and Ingram. That's a pretty nice duo. Obviously, this both our first games of the year, so no stats or anything yet to look at. Okay, here we go. Michigan, welcome to the U, baby. Defending national champions. This is our 10th year of the sim, guys. So we have 6 more after this. I don't know how to call it, too, if I have 4 natties or 2. Like I said, let me know down in the comments what you guys think I should do with those ones where we went undefeated but didn't make the big game. Call those splits. That would give us 4. That's pretty freaking sick of a start. Obviously, if we have 2, we basically have no chance of beating the challenge. Okay, we're just going to sim through this first quarter. Woo! And we hopped out to a 21-0 lead. They did get a bit going right there. Here we got a big 3rd and 7. Let's see what big Jake Locker can do. Can't believe we had Cam Newton on the sideline, and Cam's literally going to start for us for 1 year. That's kind of crazy. Locker drops back, fires a dot, but we were out of bounds. That was actually a nice throw into coverage. Yeah, that's gonna punt. Okay, they got a 3rd and 13. This is probably not where they're gonna excel. They have an 82 overall quarterback. Their best players are a running back and a tight end. You do not want to be a 3rd and 13. We need pressure, though. There we go. We kind of pushed his O-line into him. Jerome Smith gets the sack for the U. Okay, we're gonna go through the next quarter here. There it is, guys. 28-7. We invited the number 3 team in the country into our house. Here we got a 3rd and 1, and we said, hey, you guys want to come down to Miami and see what's up? I did not have to book these guys. We did anyway. We do a little toss out here. I think this is Trent Richardson. Gets the edge and the first down, and we are kind of running these boys off the field right now. Here's my big fullback I recruited, number 39. He's 6'8". He was an athlete. I made him play fullback. 6'8". Look at him lead blocking up there. Here's going to be 2nd and goal. Going to motion a player down. That's Percy Harvin motioning across the formation. We're still in this I form look with Richardson and our big fullback. We're going to toss to T Rich. He's going to get the corner. Oh, he almost is able to get in. And we're going to do hurry up one more time. This is going to be 3rd and goal. We got Percy and Dez to the bottom. We got T-Rich in the backfield with our 6'8" fullback. And we're just going to toss out the other way. Where was our fullback going? You make 1 block, we score there. That's fine, though. We'll kick our field goal. I'm just going to go to the end of the game here unless something wild happens as well. 31-15. 38-15. Nah. Okay, they scored some late points in the second half, but we get it done. Jake Locker has a really nice day, 383 and 3 tutties. Hey, number 3 team. You didn't rank us preseason number 1. You put Georgia ahead of us. We brought the number 3 team down, and we said, hey, let's go. I mean, I could have invited Georgia, but I didn't want to do that. Oh, it looks like we got a defensive score, it said. So Locker, 351 tutty. T-Rich and Freeman kind of split carries. 110 for Dez and a tutty. 2 touchdowns for our tight end, Diggs. Let's see who had our defensive touchdown. CJ Mosley is a true freshman. His first ever game has a 58-yard pick 6. Crazy. Wow, CJ. Okay, so that's going to do it. That might move us up to the number 1 team in the country. I don't know, though. It doesn't really matter. Us and Georgia are the 2 best. Okay, that did jump us all the way up to number 1 in the country. Now we're going to sim through Pitt here. Like, we really don't have any tough games. Maybe one of these teams will jump up, but as of right now, it looks like smooth sailing. We'll see, though. It's just tough because any hiccup in this and we just could easily miss the national championship game. Okay, we got UVA this week. Obviously should be another win. 69-7. That's what we want to see from the boys. Okay, Georgia Tech once again should be an easy win. 45-17. Okay, 2-1 Va Tech. They're only an 84 overall. We're 4-0. Number 1 team in the country. 45-19. Now we got FSU. They have not beaten us since I have been here. 10 years we have not lost to them, including in ACC championship games or regular season. So we probably played them 12 or 13 times if we include some championship games. They've never beat us. Sammy Watkins committed to A&M. So that's one of our big boys gone. Like, FSU's in 91, so they're not a pushover. We're just gonna sim it. Oh, we get it done. Keep the unbeaten streak alive. Okay, so we get a left guard to commit. Get another left guard. That's nice. So we have 3 big boys we are after. I have a good feeling about Clinton Dix and Shazier. You never know, though. And then if we were able to get all 3 of these guys for our defense, 1 linebacker, 1 safety, 1 end, that would be incredible. We got a 4-star end, this middle linebacker who we're going after, receiver we're going after, big 5-star, pretty hard actually. And then honestly, it's going to be a pretty decent class, just not the star 5-star like created players that we're used to. Especially I didn't get any of those auto commits right at the start, which really hurt our ability to do that. Gonna go look at top classes, just kind of Georgia's first. Georgia has 3 5-stars and 3 4-stars. That's crazy. Tuitt, Kelvin Benjamin, Jernigan already. That's a pretty good threesome. It's a pretty good. Benjamin was just okay. I think he's only like an 82 overall, but damn. Okay, we got Duke, 45-10. I wonder if it's because the ACC is so shitty. Like, I wonder if it's time next year. This will be our last season of the second part of this series. Next season will be part 3. So maybe for part 3, I'll bring in some more schools. Maybe up the ACC's value a little bit. Okay, we got we fell to number 3. We're 7-0. We got 2-5 Syracuse. Obviously should be another easy win. 52-3. Okay, we're gonna go look at the top 25 here. Look at some of our stats. See how we're looking. Clinton Dix, Georgia. What is going on? How is Georgia getting all these guys? We were ahead with him the whole freaking time. Wow. Ha. So now we're down to 2 and we're not even close in the lead there. We're doing really good with Shazier. We're doing good with some of these other dudes, but it's just not, it's not the same. Georgia's class is going to blow ours out of the freaking water, man. I was really counting on those 3. And for him to go to Georgia, that's just a piss off. Okay, look at the top 25. Us, A&M, Georgia, and then Baylor. Baylor could always throw a wrench in it because if they don't play anybody, they have to play OU and Texas. I don't think Baylor's going to finish undefeated. Georgia and A&M will probably have to play in the SEC championship game, which is pretty big. Knock one of them off, and as long as we stay undefeated, Georgia may be beating us in recruiting right now, but if we could beat them in back-to-back natties, I mean, I'll take it. Tebow's beating us out for the Heisman right now as well at Georgia. Locker's leading the country in passing. Richardson's not really high up there. Percy's 12th in receiving yards, tackles, sacks, INTs. Patrick Peterson has 6 INTs to lead the country right now. The Locker 182 ratings, pretty good. 23, 5 interceptions. So a bit more interceptions than we'd like. Trent Richardson is a true freshman, redshirt freshman, 674, 6.4 yards per carry is really nice. He adds a big power element to our team. We got Percy Harvin and Des Bryant, just our 1 and 2 receivers, both, playing well, but we're really kind of just throwing it all around the yard, not really to one guy specifically. TFL's Dunlop having a nice year, 4.5 sacks. Darius on the inside. Patrick Peterson, 6 picks, 3 defensive touchdowns, and 10 pass deflections. Holy. Patrick Peterson is on one right now. Okay, total offense, we're the number 1 team. A&M's 3 points per game. We're the top 3 teams in the country, top 3, and we're 1, 2, 3 in scoring. Defensively, Georgia looks like they have the best defense out of us for yards. We're actually 2nd in the country for points. Georgia's 3rd. So it's us and Georgia, guys. But Georgia the last 2 or 3 years has been destroying in recruiting. Like, I don't know what to do. We're going to advance week, though. Hopefully we don't lose Clowney this week. I'm just kind of hoping with Clowney we get him to the off season without him signing to anyone, and then I can just go all in on him and just hopefully we get Shazier and we have both those two. We're getting a lot of just commits from the more middle of the road guys here. Okay, App State, they're 4-5, should be a win though, 49-10. So we're keeping the wins coming. We drop all the way to 4 in the country. Baylor must have passed us, but I'm not even really worried this year. As long as we handle our business, one of A&M or Georgia's going to lose. Baylor's going to lose one of their games to OU or Texas, and we'll be fine. 44-0. Where's Hawaii? Come play. You're from Florida. Play in the middle. It'll be you and CJ Mosley for the next 4 years. Playing Will and Mike. We get Shazier. Yes. We get a punter. We get a 5-star receiver. So our recruiting class, we just, if we would have even got Clinton Dix. Okay, we only have 6 scholarships left. We got to be careful here. We have 11 out. And almost everyone looks like they're going to sign with us. So Clowney, he's only got 1 visit left. Ohio State, week 14, week before us, but they're in the lead. So that's, if we can get him past that week 14 visit, we bring him in for a visit. And if he doesn't commit, he's going to be in the off season. We can just go all in. Okay, this is going to be UNC. They're 3-7 on the year. If UNC breaks up our undefeated season, 49-14. So we play our second ranked team in week 14 here, UCLA. And this is huge because Clowney's visiting Ohio State this week. So this could go from an all-time high to an all-time low this week, depending how everything plays out. And Baylor might not have lost, which is a little scary. We got 3 more recruits. Okay, we got to be careful here. Well, it looks like UCLA might have lost. So we only have 3 spots left. Might have to pull from this Aaron Summers. That gives us 5 spots, but we're not even in the lead on some of them. What's Georgia's recruiting class looking like? Probably just... Oh, we actually jumped Georgia. We have a ton of 4-stars. And we have 22 players signed. They only have 12 recruits. Okay, so we got UCLA. Let's look at the rest of the top 25 here real quick. Baylor beat OU and Texas. That was kind of nightmare scenario, honestly, because now there's a good shot we're going to have 3 undefeateds, and we might have the worst record, or not record, but strength of schedule. We did play the number 3. We're going to play a 93 overall right here. Oh, if we miss out on our 3rd natty going undefeated, we're 1st in points per game on offense, 1st in scoring defense. You cannot keep us out of the natty again. Freeman, Percy, Locker. Is that Jonathan Stewart? Or no, that's someone else. Have basically no injuries. This is at home. I'm going to go through this one pretty quick. Hopefully this 13th ranked opponent really kind of boosts us here. Like if Baylor gets in above us, they are power 5, but okay, next quarter, 7-0. Okay, 7-3 us, 14-3. Got a big 3rd and 4 right here. Let's see if the defense can make a play. We got 3 down linemen only. They're going empty here. QB drops back. We brought 1 extra blitzer. He's going to hit the drag, get it. Ooh, we got a 4th and goal here. Field goal good. Wow. Last play of the half. Locker hits Freeman for a 41-yard touchdown. That is massive. Okay, we're going to go to the 4th quarter here. Okay, yeah, 28-6. They score again. Wow, we score again there. Okay, 35. That should do it. 35-14, 42-14, 42-21. We get another one there. So yeah, you cannot keep us out of the natty, guys. Beat another ranked team. Top 15 team. Locker, 5 touchdowns, no picks. Freeman, 148. Percy, 109. Defensively, we get any TFLs. Darius had 3. 2 sacks, no picks. So there it is. I'm really nervous that Clowney's going to commit to Ohio State once we sim through this week. That would put a big damper on it. Okay, Clowney, do not commit to Ohio State. Do not commit to Ohio State. Do not commit to Ohio State. Jadavon Clowney committed to Ohio State. We lost the big gun. He's in for a visit today. He would have been in for a visit right now. The rest of these guys, I mean, I don't really give a shit. They're fine. Clowney would have put us over the top. I could have put 15,000 points at Clowney again and just went all in. So we only end up with Shazier as one of our real created guys. I think that's the least amount I've ever ended up with. even though we might end up with the #1 class in the country. So figure that. Okay, conference championship weekend. At least you didn't go to Georgia. It's really, I'm happy about that. Oh, that's so disappointing. We could have just went all in. Okay, we got 2 more guys. We're basically going to go all in for this defensive end here. Maurice Gray. He's going to be our last scholarship player. Go all in on him. Another 4-star. Add it to the pile. Should finish with the top class. Georgia's only got 15 recruits. I might even take their class over ours, but ours is going to be really deep. We're going to have 12 4-stars, so that's nice for sure. Okay, we got 6-6 Clemson. If we lose this, what are we in? Baylor lost. Baylor lost. They're 11-1. Okay, so we're fine. We beat Clemson. We basically just played the winner of A&M Georgia. That is huge. That is huge. Okay, we're just going to sim our game. If we lose this, 6-6, we win 42-21. So we win the ACC again. You got A&M Georgia. Let's just sim this and see what we got. Georgia wins by 3. So we're going to play Georgia again, 2nd year in a row. We were both undefeated last year. If we win this, we're on over a 28-game winning streak. This would be back-to-back 14-0 seasons. The season before, we went 12-2, but we would have won, obviously, some games leading up to the Cheez-It Bowl. So we're going to be well in the 30s. Locker beats Tebow this year for the Heisman. Let's go. That's what I like to see. Won a bunch of trophies. Okay, 1 and 2. Should we quickly let's just look at Georgia's roster really quick. It's us in Georgia. We go 99s till 1 above the bottom, and then we go to 98s. Georgia. Ooh, so we're actually a lot better this year. But their recruiting classes coming up are legitimately cracked. So I think we're the favorite right now. We're the #2 team, but honestly, on paper, I think we're better. Let's go prove it. Wow, yeah. So even points per game, everything, we are the better team this year. I don't even think it's really debatable. They're very good and they're young. They got Tim Tebow at QB, but we got to get it done here. Try to go back to back. This would either be our 3rd or our 5th natty, depending how you want to look at it. Okay, let's just go to the end of the quarter here. We jump up to a 7-0 lead. They answer right back. We go down and score. They almost answer right back, but they do not. Tavon, oh, their ball. We have a huge 3rd and 6 in the red zone here. Holding them to 3 right here would be absolutely massive. They got kind of a doubles look here. Tebow in the backfield. This is Tebow's last college game. Locker's last college game. We got a nickel blitz off the edge coming in at your ass, Tebow. Let's go. Force a field goal. That's what we like to see. Locker. Ooh, we have a bad 3rd and 15 here. Let's see if Heisman winner Jake Locker can get it done here. Shotgun. Ooh, we're going to just run draw. So we're basically just saying, okay, we're going to punt it to you, Georgia. And Georgia just marches. Thought they were going to score, but we might be able to hold them to a field goal again. Tebow's an empty. 3rd and goal from the 11. Drops back. We're rushing 4. Oh, we almost get there. We get a pick. We get a pick. Is that CJ Mosley, the true freshman? I believe that is. Yes, CJ Mosley, the true freshman, intercepts Tebow on the 1-yard line. Percy 18, Percy for 26, Freeman 10-yard. Okay, we got a 3rd and 11. Jake Locker, 2nd quarter, 1:14 left. A field goal was put us up 7. But we want to go up 2 scores. They bring pressure. We're going up over the top. Percy Harvin. Lord have mercy. It's Percy. Locker is 15 for 16 for 201 in the first half. Locker to Percy for the 21-yard touchdown. Okay, let's try to not let them score before the half here. Tebow dropped. Interception. Tebow picked off again. That was a pick 6. No, Percy Harvin for 31. We might blow the dogs out here. Tebow, you might get a field goal here. No, he does not. Their ball. So it is 28-10. They just score. This would be a pretty incredible comeback if Tebow's able to get it done. Down 17. Locker intercepted. They scored a touchdown right away. So they just scored 14 points in the first minute and a half of the half. Okay. We need an answer back drive. 2nd and 5. Dropped. And we're punting. You know what? I don't do it often, but every once in a while, I know this is risky, but sometimes we got to go for broke. We play hard. We're going to have to go under in the flats. Freeman. Oh, truck stick. That is huge. Joe Freeman. Nothing was open deep. Locker had to take the check down. We had to stop the bleeding there. 2 quick touchdowns for Georgia. Then we hit Diggs for 24. 3rd and 13 though here for Locker. At least we stopped the bleeding. At least we can get a field goal if we're not able to score here. But let's go punch it in. 3rd and 13. Drops back. Locker, plenty of time. It's Dez. Dez fumbles. Dez fumbles. We are falling apart to start the half. Completely and utterly. Tebow for 24. 3rd and 15. Now is the time, defense. We got to quell the bleeding. This is for the college football dominance. We're trying to win back-to-back against the Dogs. Pressure in Tebow's face, make a tackle, and we do. We brought the blitz, we make the tackle. Massive. That's Keenan Allen they have. They got Tavon Austin. They're recruiting. Okay, we need a drive. -3, 3rd and 8, 24 for 20, for 22, for 11. We got 3rd and goal. 3rd and goal from the 1-yard line. Locker under center, I form. Gonna motion our huge fullback down the line. We're gonna do a handoff, get in, and we score. We're gonna go up 11 going into the 4th quarter. My goodness, that is huge. Okay, Matthew, Tebow, 10 yards, 6 yards, 5 yards, 17 yards, 2nd and 7. We got a 3rd and 7. 3rd and 7 outside of field goal range. It might be 4 down territory. They're in a weird spot if they're not able to convert this. We're going to bring a blitz. Tebow has nobody. Oh my gosh, what a play. We got the knockout at the 1-yard line. That is going to make it 4th and 7. And they are going to go for it. That is such weird positioning in the field. Too long for a field goal. Don't want to punt from there. 4th and 7. They got to go for this. Tebow's going to run draw. And we stop him by half a yard. Oh my goodness. McQueen literally fell about a half a yard short. Dez for 8. Freeman. Smith for 14. Smith for 19. Okay, 3rd and 14, but we are in field goal range. So Locker, no mistakes. Don't do anything crazy. We have a tight formation here. A field goal is fine. Locker directing traffic. Okay, here we go. Drops back. Fires it underneath. No fumble. There you go. Put 2 hands on that ball, Mr. Smith. Fall forward. That is totally fine. We are going to take our 3. Field goal is no good. That would have put us up 2 touchdowns. 15 yards, incomplete. 3rd and 6. Intercepted again. That's probably going to do it. Tebow in his final. We score another one. Dez for 2 yards. In Tebow's final college game, he was just not good enough. The lights were a little bright for Mr. Tebow. Maybe all those guys shouldn't have went to Georgia, and they could be back-to-back national champions like us. I mean, we're still up 10. Onside, recovered by Yami. 6 yards. Yeah, it is over. Over. All these boys going to Georgia over us. Clinton Dix, what are you doing? Come to the U and win chips back to back. Debatably our 5th national championship in 10 seasons, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That is going to be our 5th 14-0 year. Wow. Oh, I can't believe all those guys go to Georgia over us. Yeah. So year 2, we went 14-0. Year 5, we went 14-0. Year 7, we went 14-0. And then year 9 and 10, we went 14-0. Won the ACC every single year except 1. Our worst record is 12-2, which we went twice. But wow. Locker's last game, Tebow's last game, Locker outdueled him. Locker 100% outdueled him. Tebow threw 3 picks. We threw 1. 473. couldn't really run the ball. It was through the air. It was Dez and Percy. That was Percy's last game. 181 and 2 tutties in the national championship. Are you freaking kidding me? Incredible. TFLs, Lily, Mosley, and Merrill had our picks. Let's go. We win the Natty. Miami, back to back national champs. Bow down to the U. The U is back. We were back before. We are back now. Once again, though, it's going to be us and Georgia. Georgia, we're the better team on paper this year. In a year or two, I don't know if we will be. Then we're going to be in a bit more of the underdog role. They have been out recruiting me the last 2 years, possibly even 3 years. This class was good, I got, but we didn't get those all-pro, all-star Hall of Fame players. They got a few more of those recently. We have Newton next year. Then we have AJ McCarron in the books. I would like to get a more kind of big time QB for the last bit of this sim, but AJ would be fine for a year or two. So Locker leads the league in passing. Richardson had 1,000 yards. Harvin was 5th in the country. Merrill there for that. Sacks, Dunlap was 4th. INTs, Peterson finished 2nd. Okay, we'll go through. So Locker 190, 41 touchdowns, 8 picks. His 2 years as a starter, back-to-back national championships, almost 100 touchdowns, about 300 passing a game. Also ran for 44 a game this year with 5 more scores. Locker was incredible. Newton's going to be really good next year, but it's going to be hard to be better than Locker was. I mean, Locker never lost a game, so that's going to be tough to beat, obviously. T-Rich, we're going to be good at running back for the next 3 years, so that's amazing. Freeman was a nice player for us this year, but we got T-Rich on the way. We lose Percy this year, but we have Dez coming in for his senior year. Cam Newton, Dez really running the show. We got a young DeAndre Hopkins, who we just redshirted as well, coming up through the ranks. Defensively, TFL's Dunlap had a huge year. Marcel Darius we lose, but Dunlap destroyed. We got Patrick Peterson. Patrick Peterson was a sophomore this year and had 7 interceptions, 12 pass deflections, 3 defensive touchdowns. Jeez Louise. That is insane. Look at team stats. I think we're going to have the number 1 offense, number 1 defense, number 1 in yards, number 1 in points. For offense. Defense, we were 2nd in yards and 1st in points. So that's one of the best teams you're ever going to see right there, boys. I want to look just at all Americans. We got Locker, 4 offensive linemen. Darius, Patrick Peterson on first team. Second team, Fluker, Carlos Dunlap, and our punter. Oh, I forgot freshman as well. Ooh, I don't know how many freshmen we would actually have, but we got Trent, of course, ran for 1,000. Felder, Mosley was really good as a freshman, actually. Okay, so we're going to go to the offseason here. We're in a recruiting battle with 1 player. View the contract. Yep. Look at our years here, boys. 13-1, 14-0, 13-1, 12-2, 14-0. 1 down year in 2020. We are 132-7. We are 24-0 against our rivals. 33-2 against the top 25. How anybody in their right mind can go to the Dogs right now over us? It's pissing me off. I want to play them again and just keep knocking them down. 3-0, 4 in a row. That's the goal. We'll have to see who's trying to leave. Transfers, the ones you can basically never get them to leave for transfers. They basically will always stay when they're gonna leave for the draft, though. I'm just kind of looking at who we lost. So Harvin, Locker, Pouncey, Ryan Smith, Trey Brown. Like, we lost some talent this year. Definitely lost talent. So this is not one of those years where we're all in next. Like, we're still gonna be amazing, obviously, but it's hey, we lost some boys. The big thing, I don't know who Georgia has. I don't know if they've been recruiting QBs, so we'll have to see. I don't know. Like, we still have Cam Newton next year. We're still gonna have AJ McCarron. I'm obviously gonna keep going hard on QBs. I could have went after Johnny Manziel this year, but I decided not to. I probably should have, honestly. Okay, we're just basically going to give this guy like 15,000 points. 4-star D end. I mean, it's not even someone we really need, but literally nothing else to spend it on. We have 1 scholarship remaining. Big 4-star D end. I would have loved if this was Clowney I was spending 15,000 points on, but way she goes sometimes. Oh, if we would have got Clowney right now, that would have been the difference right there between a good class and a very good class. Still not a great class. We had 8 5-stars one year in this video. Okay, so gonna go to signing day. Might have actually been in part 1, but in this series, yeah, in 2005 we had 8 5-stars, but maybe 2 years ago Georgia had 8 5-stars. So yeah, obviously that Maurice Gray guy. We get the #1 class. I'm guessing Georgia was a little bit thin, maybe only got 17, 18 recruits, 21. So yeah, I mean they got Tuitt, Jernigan, Benjamin Dix, pretty freaking good. They got Austin Safarian Jenkins also, I just seen. Yeah, they're killing it. Clowney, Ohio State, Collins, Arkansas, Jernigan, Georgia, Melvin Gordon, SC, Tuitt, Georgia, Mariota, Notre Dame. That's huge for Notre Dame. D'Anthony, UCLA, Dix, Georgia, Devontae, SC, Benjamin, Georgia, Florida State, Brandon Cooks to Michigan, Sammy Watkins, A&M. I can't believe he spurred us for A&M. We got a few athletes and wide receivers there. Quandre Diggs, Nebraska, Landry, A&M. Georgia just keeps stacking them up. So yeah, that was a lot of the... Oh, where'd Johnny Manziel go? Bridgewater, Florida. Johnny football went to Nebraska. So we get #1 in 2011. All right, boys, so I think I'm going to add some changes to the ACC. We're going to bring in some fresh blood. So we're going to bring in UCF, and we are going to bring in independent Notre Dame. There's always been rumors they would join the ACC. UCF is kind of in the area. They built a pretty good program. So we're going to add some new blood to the ACC, make it a little more difficult. Not that I really need it, just because this recruiting has been kind of pissing me off the last few years. But there we go. Okay, so we're just going to look at the roster coming into the 2011 season here. So pretty good. I don't know if it's going to be quite as good as last year. So we got Cam Newton. We got AJ McCarron, only a sophomore, but I definitely got to get a QB in the next probably recruiting class. Young QB. Running back, we got Trent Richardson, only a sophomore. Some good young guys in behind him. Good fullback. Dez, final year. Kearney, final year. Then we got some developing guys. We got DeAndre is going to be our next big time player. Haven't got one of those super studs, in the last 2 classes. So this year I definitely want to get one. Oliver, we're going to have a really nice tight end for the next few years. Tyron is last year. DJ, Hill's gonna step in. Then we got Iverson next year. We got some good O-linemen, some young guys developing. I'm pretty happy with our O-line. D-end, we got a good one in Dunlap this year. We got a lot of just young kind of question marks. We got 2 good seniors. Darius, a senior. We actually have a lot of young D tackles coming up. We got 2 really good linebackers the last few years, plus this Brad Miller. Yeah, we got lots of good linebackers actually right now, so we're fine there. Corner, I would like to get a big time recruit over the next few years, and honestly at safety as well. Keith Jones looks like he's going to be pretty good, but yeah, so that's what the team's looking like. We're still going to be really good right near the top of the country. So that is going to wrap up part 2, guys, of this series. Part 3 will be coming next, which will be 6 seasons, and that will end off the sim. That will wrap it all up. So if you guys enjoyed this, you guys like what you've seen, definitely sub, leave a like on this video, all that good stuff. And if you guys enjoyed this and you want to see the exact same scenario I did, but where I rebuilt the Alabama Crimson Tide starting in 2008 when Nick Saban got hired, then check out that video right here or here. I'm not sure which way. We're on one of these ways. Peace.